live, everyone. Welcome to the 44th episode of Playtest This, featuring Drew Corkill's A Small Time Heroes. But first, before we introduce Drew, let's introduce our star-studded panel, beginning with Trevor.
I'm Trevor Olson, game designer. No published games yet, but working on about 7 or 70.
That sounds right.
Alcatraz Escape the City is probably going to come out at some point. There's a Facebook group. Just search Alcatraz Escape the City.
ZugaGames.com.
ZungaGames.com as well.
That's how I pronounced it.
I know.
Sasha.
Hello, my name is Sasha Jelton. I am also a game designer. Also have games that I want to get published, but I do not have published yet. And I teach board game design, and that is sort of what my stuff is about. Dovecut is the game that I'm sort of pushing the most. Game about pigeons, pigeon keeping, and yeah, there's a link to our Discord if you want to check out some of our games and help play test, or if you're interested.
Made famous by being played by Martin Wallace, I hear.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. But I saw some photographic evidence. Welcome back, Trevor and Sasha. I am Evan. Go buy every copy of After the Empire you can find. You don't even have to play them all, just store them somewhere and buy them all. And then next year I should have a gajillion and one games coming out, hopefully two. We'll see how that goes. I would love that. It sounds amazing. I'm ready for that. But our special guest today is Drew Corkill. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Drew Corkill. I'm also a game designer with no published games. But I'm working on Small Time Heroes, which is the game that I will be taking to crowdfunding at some point. Just a background on me, work professionally as a UI UX designer, and I do freelance graphic design for board games, most notably most of the stuff for Gabe Barrett from the Board Game Design Lab. So most recently Robomon, and then Hunted Woad Ridge just shipped out to everyone recently. So cool. Yeah, those are the kind of bigger graphic design jobs I've done. And yeah, that's pretty much who I am.
Awesome. I think a few of us have heard of Gabe Barrett and Robomon, probably.
Nice.
I don't know if that's true.
It's possible.
All part of the same groups, most likely. Well, welcome. Good to meet you. And what else do we need to do before you teach us Small Time Heroes?
I
think that's it.
Nothing. Yeah.
All right, do it to it.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah. So let's look at what we're doing here. So Trevor, it looks like you chose the rogue. And I'm sorry, Sasha, you chose the warrior.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of the setup that we have here. Everyone has their player area in front of them. To the left of you will be some reference cards just to let you know what the specific mechanisms and keywords are for your character. Each hero has their own deck, and it's a very asymmetric kind of playstyle for each hero. And they both do different things using kind of one specific component. And I can kind of go into that once I tell a little bit more about how everything works. So first, what we'll do is this deck up here is your hero deck. It's a deck of 54 unique cards. Down here is your kind of starting deck, which is made up of 10 cards. Everyone has 3 blocks and 3 attacks, and then the other 4 remaining cards are unique to your hero. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out 4 cards here on each hero. And so this is going to be essentially your market. There are no currency cards in this game, and so when you choose cards, you'll just pick one and then you replace it from the stack. This game is based loosely on Slay the Spire, or let me say inspired by Slay the Spire. And so if you're familiar with that game, you'll be familiar with some of the stuff that's happening here. So we can talk a little bit about what the hero turn looks like and the components that you have here. We'll start on the warrior side. The warrior has a special card here that is sort of his or her armor. And so there's a spot for an offhand, weapon, main hand, boots, plate, and helmet. And so as you get these cards, you can see this one here, you'll be putting them on around this middle card, and you can only have one piece of equipment on at a time. That's kind of the main thing that the warrior does different. The warrior focuses on strength and generating block. And so these tokens over here, that's your strength token, and these are your block. And then this is called protect, which will increase block every time that you gain block. And so we can, if you get that those types of cards, we can talk about what those do. So we can look at a card real quick, a couple cards. Of course, they're all the same. So just to see sort of what the anatomy of a card is, in the upper left corner is your energy cost for that card. Below that is an icon that represents the type of card it is. Many times those icons don't matter, but there are some cards that reference them. And so if you have a card that says, you know, if you've used a block icon this turn, then do something else, that's when you'll need to be aware of those. But mostly you can ignore them. Below that is the name of the card and then the ability that it has. And on a turn, you'll draw a hand of 5 cards. And I guess we don't really need 5 cards out here, but you'll draw a hand of 5 cards, and then you have 3 energy to spend. You'll play out your cards in front of you, and then once you spend all your 3 energy, you'll discard your hand, and then put it all into a discard pile. So that's sort of the basics of the hero. One thing to note is block. When you do gain block or any status effects, you'll put them on this little card here. When you gain block, you'll put it there, and then block is always removed first when an enemy attacks you. If you have block remaining on your character at the start of the turn, it gets removed. So that's sort of the thing to know with block. And then the last component over here is your potion of life. So if you ever die, you can flip this card over, and then you'll get back up to 10 health. And you won't be taking damage for the remainder of the round if they kill you before there's more attacks. So if we go over here to the rogue, again, everything is very similar, except the rogue's main kind of thing she does is she can be unconcealed or concealed. So you'll be flipping this card back and forth when you gain cards that say that. Let's just look and find the main example. Of course, it's going to be the last card I draw. Yep, it was. Okay, so that's conceal. If you play conceal, you can see that it's 0 energy. You would flip this card, and then you can either use it to combo off another card, or you can stay concealed while the enemies attack you, and you'll take half damage, and then at the start of the round, you'll become unconcealed. That is your choice. If you want to take damage, you can always stay concealed, take full damage, and be concealed at the start of your turn on the upcoming turn. You can see this card here, Backstab, it's deal 1 damage. If concealed, deal 5 damage instead. So anytime that you do an attack, you will become unconcealed. So if you became concealed and used an attack, you unfortunately wouldn't get any bonus, and you'd become unconcealed. So that's kind of the main mechanism of the rogue. There's a couple other keywords. Note, since you start out with a flurry card in your deck, I can describe that. Any card, flurries are generally more expensive, but anytime you play a flurry, the next flurry costs 1 energy less. And so you can kind of, if you get enough of those in your deck, get a bunch of free cards potentially if you can draw into them. So that's flurry, and we can look into other keywords as we start playing. So yeah, that's the hero. And if we go up here, we can start looking at the enemy. We're going to be fighting the Houndmaster today. What we have here is the enemies ran by this deck of cards called the Intent deck. What the Intent deck does is it sort of gives you a sense of what the enemy might be doing on their upcoming turn. And sometimes you have full information, like this card. There's a circle on the back of it, and it is a circle when you flip it over. So that'll tell you to do the circle action. And I'll show you something when the minions get pulled out. We can show that in a second too. But this card here has a square and a diamond on it. And so you don't know which card or which symbol will be on the back. So you know it's going to either do a square attack or a diamond attack, but you don't know which one it will be. So partial information that you can plan around, but not perfect information on all of the cards. So yeah, that's kind of how the enemy is being ran. And what we'll do here is we have 3 waves of minions that you'll be fighting. The first wave we will put out like this. So the minions go on top of these cards. And so whenever you activate a specific column, you will deal damage. Actually, you know what? This card has changed. Sorry, let me hide that. Pretend like you haven't seen him. If he comes, oh man, 3 wolf pups, that's easy. But if we come into that card, I'll just show you how he works later. So yeah, so what would happen is if square activates, you would first deal damage, which is in the upper left hand of the enemy. And then if there were status effects on them, depending on what they are, you would do those as well. And I'll describe that in 1 second. After you deal damage, you'll also do this bottom thing. So all minions gain 1 strength. So the wolf pup will attack you, and then all minions will gain 1 strength. And that would be the turn. There are 3 types of abilities. Let me just pull these out real quick. See if I can get the 3 different kinds. There we go. So if you look at the bottom of these, there are powers. There's an activate ability and arrive ability. So all a power is it's something that's always happening, always ongoing. So this one has the keyword on death, deal 1 damage to all heroes. So when it dies, you will take all the heroes will take 1 damage. There's also like guard or things like that, which we can, as they come up, we can talk about those keywords. Activate happens when you activate that column. And so if you were going to activate the Wolf Father, you would deal 4 damage, and then you would do the thing on the bottom, deal 1 damage for every other minion. So it'd attack you twice, essentially. And then arrive abilities happen when they get when the minions get set up. So if this guy came out with all of these guys, every other one would gain 1 strength. So those are the three ways that minions can have special abilities on them. And then lastly, if a minion has this icon on it in the bottom right, it is a bonus for killing it. I do not have a reference card describing these icons. Those are newly added, but I can kind of, as they come up, tell you. This means you gain a potion. This means you may draw a card if you would like to draw a card when you kill him. And there's gaining health, dealing damage to other minions, gaining block, those types of things. So kind of rewarding you for killing them. Yeah, so that's, you'll just kind of be fighting the health. Sorry, the health is on the upper right. Whenever we put these guys out, we will set their health down here. And 3 wolf pups is pretty easy. So you guys will have a nice, easy first round. This diamond area or card does not have any wolf or any minions on it. And so if you pull a diamond, you'll just activate its, this is sort of like the special ability for all the characters. Once we go through 3 waves of minions, then we will flip these cards over and we'll be fighting the boss, which is the Houndmaster. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We will, at the end of each wave, we'll be gaining cards. So there's a way to play this in a campaign scenario, but also a way to play in a single session where you're kind of gaining more cards more quickly to ramp up more quickly. And that's what we're going to be doing today. I think that is mostly it. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Potions, you'll get them in certain times. You'll get them on the second stage, or if you kill certain minions. These are one-time use cards that you can kind of, you'll just put in front of you, and if you use them, you consume them and get rid of them. I went through that pretty quick, but any kind of questions before we just try it out?
I'm pretty sure I understood, but you said only 1 piece of equipment. You mean 1 per these 5 spots? Got it.
Yeah, so each piece will have the label offhand, or oops, plate does not actually have plate written on it, but it does in the name of it. So yeah,
Okay.
so each one will just be once, and those will go into your hand. They get discarded at the end of a wave of minions, and you'll have to replay them on the next wave.
And
So they're not
a
kind
wave of
permanent.
minions is these 3.
Yep. Yeah,
Like
those
once
3.
those
So
are all gone, then I lose my my armor stuff.
yep, that's correct.
Okay, got it. Other than that, I think I get the gist.
Cool. Yeah, and we can kind of go through keywords and stuff as they come up. I tried to not do too many keywords, and hopefully they are easy to identify. Trevor's character is slightly harder. The warrior is meant to be the starting character, and then the rogue is the slightly more complex character. So good luck, Trevor.
Yeah. We did that backwards then, didn't we, Sasha?
Yeah, it is what it is.
No, it's too late. It's too late.
You got your names written in front of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's get started.
So
Cool.
just one question, I
Okay.
think I can answer, but essentially we're not worried necessarily about defeating these guys. We're just kind of surviving until we can attack this guy, or do we have to take all of these guys out?
Yeah, that's a good question. Sorry. Yeah. So the goal with the minions will be to just kill the waves of minions. So this is like just an environmental effect. There's no health other than the minions. When you fight the boss, you will be fighting the boss, and you will have to deal with minions and the boss and take the boss down, his damage down. But right now it'll just be killing the minions, setting up a new wave, killing them, setting up a new wave until the boss comes out.
So the boss will come after the 3rd or during the 3rd?
After the 3rd, yep.
Okay, so is there a deck where the stuff comes out with the boss? Or...
The boss will get just a set based on where you're at in the campaign. This one will be the 1st level. He'll just reload with 3 minions, and then you'll fight him. He has there's one ability that brings out minions kind of throughout the battle, and then he'll do other stuff as well. Yeah.
So he'll like bring out cards from different things, or got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. One thing I didn't mention, because this is also can be a solo game or a 2-player, but before we start, we draw 2 intent cards for each of you. So when you reveal them, you can reveal them at any time. So like if Trevor wanted to go first, because in certain situations it's better for one card to be revealed first, you guys can talk about who wants to reveal theirs first, and then you will reveal them in whatever order you'd like. But you have both of yours. So the square, we know Sasha's going to take square. We know Trevor has either circle or diamond happening to him. And so those attacks go specifically to the character whose intent card it is.
Oh, I'm not supposed to look at that.
No, you got a freebie for this round. Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, so that's the intent. I forgot to mention that. I'm trying to think if I forgot something else. I don't think I did.
So with these cards here, Drew, how do we know which, like, do we just put it over a bit so we can see?
It is on the health dial, so you can see it there. But yeah, if you wanted to move it over.
Okay.
That would work as well.
I just missed that because it had some.
Yeah, it's a little obscured by the tabletop simulator stuff.
No, that's fine. I got it now.
Cool. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm missing one thing, but I don't know what it is now. I don't think I'm missing anything. So yeah. I remember. You guys can play however you want. Like Sasha can go first, and then Trevor can go. Trevor can go first. Sasha can go, or Sasha can play a couple cards, Trevor can then play some. What I generally like to do is kind of have one person go first and then the other, just because it makes it a little smoother. But you know, I think as you get better at the game and understand it more, you'll kind of come up with these situations where you'll want someone to like play a card and then someone else to do it. But for now, I'd say probably just maybe just choose who goes first. So yeah.
And is that's something that you plan on leaving flexible for the game? Or is that just like a playtesting thing?
That the plan is to leave it flexible. I haven't decided if I want to allow turns to be like able to be interchange, like, you play 2 cards and then Trevor plays 2 cards. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do that or not. I'm pretty confident I do want to do it. But most of at least with the initial play tests, it's mostly just like one person picks who wants to go first and then the other one goes. So yeah, it is something I'm testing to try and figure out, make that final decision. So I'm not fully sure on that. So yeah, if you guys have opinions on that after the game, I'd love to hear that.
Can you hold back cards, or is it play all 5?
Play 3 energies worth, and then you will discard your hand after that.
Right, sorry. Forgot that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess you guys can kind of decide who wants to go first.
I can start playing cards.
You know what you're getting, I suppose, but they're all the same anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Trevor, do you want to look at your cards while I play out cards, or?
Yeah, I already looked at them. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. So what does a block do for me right now? Like, nothing's attacking me, but I'm assuming I can raise my block somehow, or?
Yeah, so the way block will work is if you play a block card, you'll gain 3 blocks, so you put that on here. For you know that you're going to get a circle or diamond attacking you in the upcoming turn. And so you'll want that block potentially, or you can just kill the minion if possible, which would probably be the better thing.
Triangle, right? Just for clarification.
Oh, sorry, did I say diamond?
Yeah.
Yeah, triangle, circle or triangle. I almost did it again. Yeah, so if circle goes, you'll be taking 2 damage, and then this bottom action is 2 more damage, so it'd be a total of 4 damage potentially coming at you that you could block.
Oh right, I guess it does matter, Sasha, because I forgot about the bottom modifiers.
Yeah, my thing would give more attack to other stuff.
Okay, so deal 2 damage. The minion with the lowest health gains 2 block. The minion with the highest health activates.
Which doesn't do anything, right?
There's no activation.
Or is that
no? Sorry, activate just references like it would happen again. So just the minion. So whoever would have the lowest health, they would deal their attack to you. If they did have an activate ability, that would also trigger.
Got it. Activates includes it. Part of activate is the attack.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Now, am I going to complete well, I think you said we can do either. We're going to complete our whole turn, and then these guys are going to do their baddies.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Unless you kill them all, which 3 wolf pups. It's. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. That's the one thing I forgot. I play this a lot solo. Health gets doubled. That's why it seemed really easy. I was like, you guys are going to just kill all these guys. Health is doubled in a 2-player game.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, if you want me to go first, I can.
Go ahead. See what happens.
It's not great. Let's see. You're not gonna like this. Okay, I'll start off with. Oh, I'm gonna do 3. Okay.
Hide and block.
Yeah. block.
Very helpful.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this because I might be able to get what I need, but I don't know. Oops, let me bring that somewhere over here where I belong. Okay, so I'm going to deal 3 damage to whoever I'm dealing damage to, which is under this card, right? So I flip.
You can pick whoever you want to deal damage to. This just tells you who might activate.
Who might attack you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not who I have to attack. Okay.
It's a lot of times it's smart to attack the people that might hurt you, but you don't necessarily need to. Yeah.
What do you think, Sasha? Is this our guy or?
So what activated ability is gonna be the worst for us? The double. I mean, I think killing this one first makes some sense, just because each time this activates, it bumps up their strength. Is that correct? Or does the strength go away at the end of a round?
No, the strength always stays. One thing to note is that when these guys go away, this will still trigger, even if they're not there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I guess that makes it not matter.
Yeah.
So I don't think it matters really much at all. Like the only thing would be either attack one that's going to be attacking you or attack one that's going to be attacking me. If you didn't know what the symbol was, then the only one that we know is attacking is square. So
Yeah.
I think logically I want to go for square, but
I kind of wonder if this one should be killed last, but I don't.
which one? It doesn't matter because their abilities can still activate.
Yeah, but if there was no minion left, like if we'd killed this guy and this guy, then the minion with the lowest health gains 2 block.
Mm.
What happens in that case, Drew? Does it still happen because these cards are still out, these black cards?
I mean, yeah, if there's any minions left, whoever's left would gain. Like if there's only one minion left, that would be the minion with the lowest health. So he would gain 2 block.
So if this one was gone and this one was gone, and then we killed this one, would this still happen?
Once you kill everyone, the round ends. So
okay,
so no, that wouldn't.
So it might be useful not to give somebody 2 block. It also would be useful not to give them both 1 strength.
But so each time one of these cards activates, the bottom is going to happen, and these will activate regardless of if there's still a unit on it or not. So I don't think it matters.
Okay, let's just play. I'll see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am doing deal 3 damage, gain 2 block, draw 1 card. So can I do those in any order?
You do it in the order it's listed.
Oh, okay. So I'll deal 3 damage to this guy, I guess. So
and then there's a minus. Minus is on the left and plus is on the right. So I just
okay.
I did that for you for that guy.
Okay. And then my other thing is I'm gaining 2 block, so I take 2 of these guys, and
if you flip it, it's actually got 2 on the other side. So just as a little nifty, easy way to do that.
Okay, so I gain 2 block, and then I draw a card. 1.
And flurries now cost 1 less. Is that true?
Yeah, and that's true. He only has, that's the only flurry in his deck right now. So there's not really useful for now, but can be in the future.
I see.
I like flurries. They're tasteful. Tasty. Okay, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. I've played 2 energy, so I can play 1 more energy. Let's deal some damage. 3 more. Where do you want me to go? Should I go? Can I split it, or it has to be on somebody?
It has to be on someone unless the card says it can be split.
Let's just do that.
Cool. So yeah, now you'll take your hand and discard it into a discard pile. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just yeah no.
And is that where I'm? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, wherever.
Maybe that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I keep the other cards.
You discard the other cards.
What? Oh, oops. That's oh, oops.
You'll get him back though next turn, or not next turn, but the turn after.
Yeah, but I had a bunch of things that went with my conceal. That's okay.
Yeah, you could have backstubbed.
Okay, my turn, right?
Yeah, you can go.
I don't think the order of my stuff matters here. So I'm just going to gain 2 block, deal 6 damage to one thing, and then 1 damage to the others. So I'll take out this wolf pup and then 1 damage to each of these.
All right, and they'll just get discarded above that. Cool. So yeah, now you'll discard your hand.
And does this happen right away now that he's dead?
So we'll reveal your intent cards next. So you can, depending on a lot of time. So like you probably would want, Trevor, you'd want to go first because we know that square is going to happen. And so square is going to give the other minions strength, which means they'll be stronger when they attack you. So if you go first, you'll kind of avoid that potential damage.
Okay.
So yeah. So all you do is flip that. And then so triangle activates. So you'll take 2 damage from the wolf pup.
And now what I block?
Yeah, so the block will go away.
Okay.
And then the bottom is the minion with the highest health activates, which would be this guy again. And so you take 2 more damage. And then that can get deducted from there. Yep. And then Sasha, if you want to just flip yours, we know what it is. Square goes. So then all minions gain 1 strength. So you can put them on there.
Okay.
Yep. And then you'll discard these puppies and grab 2 more.
These puppies?
Oh,
I know. I'm just joking.
Had to do it. It looks like Sasha's getting square again. And yeah, that's kind of the basic loop of the game. So you'll draw up to 5 cards again, and then you just kind of go and kill things. So yeah, Trevor, if you want to drop your hand of 5.
Is this the first wave? Still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second round, first wave. Got it.
Yes. Yep.
And so any order, right?
Yep.
I'll just go first this time just to change it up. And
Yeah, I think you should go first this time.
okay.
Well, actually, yeah, you go first.
I think I'm gonna kill them both. So
Okay.
I will. Oh wait, no, I don't have enough energy to kill them both.
I do. Not both, but I can finish off whatever you don't
Okay,
have finished off.
I'll double hit and then hit. So I'll do 4 to this and then 3 to this. Oops.
Don't do that.
So this gets taken out. Oh,
Hey,
this
I think it just goes there.
counted
Yeah.
up there. And that was my turn, so I'll discard my stuff now.
Okay, I will. So what is it? That 4? It
Mhm.
doesn't matter what I play. Oh, when do we actually pick up new cards?
You will be doing that very soon.
Okay.
Once you kill this guy.
Okay, so
Um,
after we've cleared
A wave.
the pup row.
Yep.
All right. I'm
row.
gonna play this one first and then play this one, which
Cool.
is 5 damage. 2, 3. Are they still gonna attack us? No, they won't.
No.
attack.
And does the round end immediately, or does Trevor finish out his turn?
I'm
Wait,
trying
what
to think
is
if that
this?
matters. I don't think I have that like as a. Oh, we just didn't take the health off.
Okay.
He killed him, but
Okay,
the health
I was
was
gonna
off.
say I don't want to play that if that's the case.
I've been just ending the round immediately.
Okay.
I don't think there's any.
Like
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing you could do that would be beneficial if the round didn't end immediately.
the only thing I can think is, do you stay concealed between?
No, all like status effects and stuff go away. So yeah.
Okay, got it. So everything basically resets. So okay.
Yep.
Doesn't
Yep.
matter.
So those guys, you defeated that, and so what you'll do is you kind of look at this card to see your rewards. You'll be gaining 2 cards from your top row, and so what you'll do is you'll choose one, replace it, and then choose another.
What does this mean?
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Break means if a minion or a boss has block on them, you remove the block.
Got it.
And
Okay.
so yeah, as it gets later, minions will start gaining block, and the boss also does. And sorry, this card is broken for the current setup. Sorry, I've changed it in a way it works now, but I haven't updated that one. So
15
just noticed
damage.
it's only broken because it only works with the boss active, and I'm changing that so it doesn't feel bad. Yeah.
What is this when the chain pierce? Do I have to play a chain card and then I'm playing the chain?
Yeah. Chain I haven't described to you. So chain, basically, if you play a card and you play a card with chain after it, you do the chain effect. And you can't do multiple chain effects. So yeah, you just have to play a card before that one to then get the chain effect.
Any card.
Yep.
Okay.
Pierce means it avoids block, is the word pierce.
Okay.
And then this card also has a keyword that you haven't seen, death blow. It just means when you kill a minion, you do that thing.
And when we're taking 2, do I take 1 and then refresh, or do I take 2 of these 4?
Yeah, take 1 and refresh.
Okay.
And one more thing, Drew, you
Yep.
mentioned what flurries do, but I can't remember now.
Yeah, anytime you play a flurry, the next flurry costs 1 energy less. So that's
one could be 0.
Yes, many, especially with this card. This card is kind of broken. So that would be many cards could potentially be 0 there.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Should I play it or is it broken?
I would take. No, I mean, it's broken in a good way. Part of this game is trying to make broken combos, and so that's one of the really good combo pieces that you can get.
And the energy here doesn't matter what I buy. I'm just taking 2 cards.
Yep, you're just taking 2.
And this is kind of the same thing. If I have conceal on the table, then I can play my next card for free.
No, that one means you become concealed, and then your next attack is free.
Does this
that's an attack sign.
Okay. Market stay static between waves?
For the most part, there are. So in the 3rd wave, you'll have a chance to clear it. There are also bonuses, like if you killing certain minions will allow you to clear your market if you want to. So there's ways to clear it, but for now it's static.
Since my power is conceal, I feel like I should take the conceal card.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so you'll just put that back into your deck and shuffle, and then you can draw your hand of 5.
We restack the deck now?
Yep.
Okay.
Look at that. We got 1 wolf pup and then some big guys. So now you can see that we're starting to get some block on them. So the way block works on minions is they come out with it, and then if they activate, they'll get it. And then other than that, it's off of them. So this guy is at 8 health. This guy's at 16.
So just to reiterate that, when they activate, they regain their block?
Yes. Yep.
Got it.
And you can see actually, so this came up just now. So if you kill the Wolf Father, you may choose to clear your top row if you want to get new cards out there. And then this guy, if you kill him, you'll gain a potion, which is pretty good.
And it's just a random potion, or is there?
Yep, it's just a random one off the top. Yep,
got it.
And how did we know these guys had block on them? Where
they have a little block thing? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's just underneath it. I missed it.
Sorry, I set it up probably too quickly for you guys.
No reason.
Yeah. Go ahead and play it out, Trevor. If you want to draw your hand.
And we have to draw new initiatives. Is that right?
I'm just keeping them for now. Yeah.
So,
if you don't use them, they just stay in front of you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, and what's the? Oh my, 8, 16, 14.
So, are we keeping these?
Yeah, you'll just, if you don't use them, you just keep them in front of you, and so they'll. Yep.
Wolf Pack is definitely the scariest, I think. But yeah, these definitely hit harder. Should I go, or do you want?
Let me just have a quick look here.
We can also roughly strategize.
Drew, looking at my hand.
Yeah.
You look at it for me. This first card, if I play that and then play the 4th card.
Yep. And all your other attacks from that point on are free.
Okay, just attacks though.
Wait, actually no, that's not true. You can do it, but you'll have to do it in a certain order. So what you would, if you want to do that, because ordering is really important with the rogue, you'd play haste first.
Okay.
And then you'd play your attack after that, because that is technically a flurry. And your next one costs 1 less. And so then you'd play the acrobatics. And then from that point on, all your attacks will be 0. Does that make sense?
It does. It's only attacks that are flurries. Okay, so I can't play the block.
Yeah, so you can see the only the fist cards, the card with the fist icon on it, would be considered flurries.
So I could play the haste, and then I could play the attack, the backstab, and the acrobatic.
Yep. You'd probably want to do acrobatics next because it draws you a card. So if you happen to
Right.
get like conceal, that would be useful for you.
Right. Okay. I mean, I can do a lot of stuff this turn, so up to you who goes first, Sasha.
I can take out
I might
either
have.
this or this. I
and the-
don't quite have enough to take out this, but if I could bring it down low.
I don't
Health
know.
is double, by the way. With 2 players, so
Oh,
it's
right,
actually
right. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I find myself looking at these.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so what can I actually do? I can do. Like, are we allowed to talk like this, or is it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of the key interaction in the game is you guys talking about what kind of the damage you have and what you can do.
So yeah, basically I can deal 8 damage, sort of divided how I want. I will be attacked by this wolf pup, which is the least scary. I mean, I guess it's the same as this, but this. So this does damage to every other minion, so that does damage to these.
He does damage to you for every minute. So he'll do
one damage for every other minion. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I misread that.
I can do 7.
Okay. Well, so
But
we
I
know that
might be able to
Circle's
do
not-
more depending on what I pick up.
we know that Circle's not going to activate this turn. So I guess I'm inclined to try and take out. So for you, it's 50-50 on if you are going to be taking damage or not. This is definitely going to be attacking me. So we could just like take this out because it's going to deal damage, or we could both work together and take this out because this is going to be worse if it does go off.
Deal 1 damage for every other minion. Yeah, I'm fine taking that one out.
Okay, yeah, let's just sort of focus fire that, I guess. I'm gonna. So you said you had 7.
I can do 7, possibly more, because I do get to draw.
Okay, well, I think I'm just going to deal 8 damage to Wolf Father.
Okay.
And then gain 2 block.
Hopefully I
She
can.
actually-
Oh, it's already there. Forgot to remove it. That is my turn. I discard these.
Okay, so I'm gonna do haste, which means all fight cards this turn are flurries. And then I'm going to do, I think I do this one next.
Do your attack next.
Do my attack next. Not
Yeah, that's the only way that you'll be able to. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Never mind. Sorry, you're right. It doesn't matter because your next one would be 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I do that, oops. If I do that, I deal 3 damage. So we bring this guy down to 3. Gain 2 block. Get that back. And I draw a card, and let's see what I get. Uno.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
That's not the one I wanted. All right. Then doesn't matter what. Deal 1 damage if concealed. I'm not concealed. Okay, so I might as well play this guy, which is 3 damage to kill this. Oops.
Cool.
And then this goes away. And then when it
put it-
does,
When it does, you guys can choose if you want to clear out that top row and draw 4 new cards.
And these are, we both get it?
Yep.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. And it is clear all or clear none, right? Or is
Yes,
it
all or none. Yep.
as in clear these guys?
Sorry, no, it's for
Oh.
this row. So if you don't
Oh.
like the cards that are up here, you can get rid of them and get new ones.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Holy hell.
That's pretty good, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna risk it. I'm going for door number 2. Because I don't know if it's a good idea or not. These go where?
They can just go right there.
Okay. Come on. All right. I'll look at those later.
Yeah, and you had one more attack, which potentially if you wanted to play it.
And I will play it.
I think
there's no negative to playing it, right?
no, but ultimately it doesn't matter because they both have block. So you're only dealing 1 damage, and it's going to go away anyway. So it doesn't actually matter.
I'm still gonna hit him.
Yeah, make you feel better. Which one you want to take the block off him? There we go. Cool. Yeah. So now you'll discard your hand and reveal intent. Again, probably makes sense to Trevor if you do yours first, just because. Well, I guess it does. Actually, you guys could talk about this because this could potentially gain strength. I guess it doesn't really matter then in this.
It's like the same, yeah.
Yeah.
So the minion with the highest health activates. So that would be this one. And where would this damage be going? It would be
whoever the
person.
card, yeah, yep.
Got
Whoever
it.
has
Okay.
that card. Yeah.
So Sasha's fine with that.
Yeah. Totally fine with it. I'll allow it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine either way.
I'll flip my no, you should flip yours first.
Think so? Okay.
Triangle. Okay. So this guy will attack you. He'll deal 5 damage to you. And then all his activate ability will happen. So all the remaining 2 or these 2 wolves will then get 1 strength on them.
All right, so I can block the 2 of it and then 3.
And Sasha, we know square is happening to you.
Oh, it's square. Okay. And then 5, I block 2 of it, so I take 3. Is that right?
Yep. And then they're going to be gaining 2 health because of this bottom. Sorry, 2 strength, not health. Yeah. Block also goes away. So cool. Yeah. So drop Trevor and yeah.
So this is now if you got hit by this wolf pup, it's 6 damage.
Yep.
So
oh shoot.
Why did the block go away?
Block goes away at the start of their turn, just like it does for you. So at the start of everyone's turn, block is removed.
So, but I thought when they activate, they regain their block.
Oh yeah, you're right. So that guy does get his block. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
they actually both do. Yeah, good call.
Okay.
What was that about reactivating and regaining it? I missed that. Where is that?
Oh, just whenever. So with this block symbol at the top, whenever they will activate, then they gain their block. So technically what happened is the block came off and then they activated and it went back on.
Okay. And this guy activated because I activated him because I drew the...
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Draw 5.
So 4, 6, 7. I could bring the wolf pup down to 1. Or I could just deal 7 damage to the wolf pack. I mean, I can I can do a couple of different things, but that's my like damagey attack or damagey path.
I probably have. I think I have 8.
8. Okay, so not quite enough to kill the wolf pack. I'm dealing 8, but I'm looking at the block to reduce it to 7. So do you have 8 damage total?
Let me just check. Yeah, I
Okay,
got 8.
got it.
Every time you say wolf pack, I can't help but think of that movie. I'm a one-man wolf pack.
Oh, I was
Okay.
thinking of wrestling, pro wrestling.
No, I'm a 4-man wolf pack.
So
More wolves in my pack.
I guess
All right, guys.
I want to go in on the wolf pack because I'm going to be activating this, and I'd prefer having the wolf pup have the most health.
Okay.
Because this is better.
Well, is there? Yeah, because we will activate.
So when the minion with the highest health activates, just means the card, not the thing under at the bottom, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna attack the wolf pack just because I don't want it to be activated by this.
So you have how many?
I have 8.
Okay.
I'm also going to take off the block off the wolf pup with this as well. So I assume this is how this works. So when I play this, I look at my hand right now. I don't have to like play out my cards and then look, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so it is currently I have 2 cards, so this does 4 damage. And I'm going to deal 3 to the wolf pack, taking out its defense or shield. And then I will yeah, then I will. So then my other choice is, yeah, I think I'll just do 1 less damage to get some block, since we're not finishing it this turn. So I'm going to deal 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do 3 block, just so I don't take as much damage.
All right.
That's my turn.
Okay. I am going to. What was my thing I was gonna do in order here? I think it was this one. So stealth, conceal, play your next card for free. That is this one. So that's 1 energy that I've used, and it lets me deal 1 damage. If concealed, deal 5 damage instead. So I might as well work on this guy, right? Oops. Since his thing is gone. And then I have an 8. I think I'm not taking either one out, but yeah, I think I'll just gain 3 block because I think between the 2 of us we'll take them out next time. Sorry, how
much? And Trevor, with this card, you actually only use 1 energy, so you actually have 1 energy after you gain your block.
Oh, I've got 1 more. All right, 1. I've even said it out loud, I
think. You did.
Okay, so 1 and 2. I'm a Wonder Boy in TTS. Okay, so I'm gonna play this anyway. Deal 3 damage. Does it matter which one I do? Should I bring this one down just in case?
I'll do it on this one just because it will be a little bit more damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because get the block back potentially, right?
Yeah.
And Trevor, you can also play your conceal right now. It's a free energy, and so you might as well just play that. And so when you can either take half damage when it's coming at you, or you can stay concealed for the start of the next round. So you might as well just play that card since it's free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that one's free because it's a 0.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah. So you'll just flip that card to become concealed.
I didn't realize I could keep that. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, there we go.
And it's half rounded up or rounded down?
Rounded down. No, sorry, rounded up. I lied.
Got it.
So I could block 3 if I was hit by 5, like I was last time. Okay.
Yes.
Or not.
Or you take 3.
To check. You take 3, yeah. I need
Oh,
to
you
check
take
the
3.
rule book,
Okay.
actually.
Got it.
Now I'm doubting myself.
So that was our things. We activate these in any order. So mine is definitely doing this, which is definitely doing this. But if I'm doing this, then the strength is not increased. So I guess I should go first because you potentially can be increasing the strength.
I don't know, that makes sense.
So I will activate the highest, which is this, meaning that I'm getting attacked for 6. Is that right?
Yep.
6.
Oh, it's the health on the dial, not the health on the card. Or it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their health is the health on. Yeah.
Okay.
So I blocked 3, so I take 3. And that was my activation.
In the case with my conceal, can I choose not to use my block and just take the damage, but take half of it?
You would just take half of whatever they're dealing you. So your block you'd want your block to go away. So your block will go away, but yeah. And
I don't have to block first and then conceal. I can conceal.
No, yeah, you're already concealed. So, and you can make that choice when you see what happens. You can make the choice whenever you want. So you can flip that and kind of see what it is and then decide if you want to use it or not.
Okay. Let's flip it.
All right, so it's square. So you're taking 6 total. So if you wanted to, you could break your conceal and take 3, which would just get rid of your block, or you could just take 3 damage to yourself.
Let's do that. I'll break conceal because I think we'll be able to get rid of these guys.
Right.
Since he activated twice, he gets 1 additional block.
So I guess this is important. When do we draw our 5 cards for our next turn? Like, can we be making decisions based on that conceal and stuff?
Yeah, technically you were supposed to draw your cards after you discard them. Yeah.
Okay, so we would have information about our next turn.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that is a good point. For Trevor could have made some potentially different decisions. And then this goes on Trevor, so we're at 3 total strength on these puppies. Yeah. All right. Oh God, I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm sorry. I keep revealing these cards when I lay them out in front of you guys.
Okay. What are these cards called again?
Those are the intent cards.
Intent, got it.
Yeah. This isn't fabulous. I think I have 3.
I have either 6 or 7.
I need 1 more.
So if I do the 7, so what?
Oh no, you need more than 1 more.
I guess I'm confused as to why it has
Why he
2 blocks.
gained that. Every time he activates, he gains that block.
Got it. So he didn't
Yeah.
lose the block.
He lost it, but then you activated him, and then Trevor activated him as well.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So each time it's activated, it's not setting it to that number, it's adding that.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Which might need to change. That's something that I've just thought of now.
Mm-hmm.
That, yeah. It's
right.
possible that that's going to change to just set it. I'm not quite sure there.
Got it. Okay, so let's go. One, two, 5.
Did you say you got 7?
So how much do you say you could do, Max? 3?
I got a total of 3.
Got it. And we know that circle is going to be attacked. I can definitely take out circle, and then I think we have nothing to worry about.
Well, if you yeah, I mean I think we're okay, but
Yeah.
Also if you deal 7 to this, my 3 can finish them off.
Yeah, but this is
want
attacking this turn possibly twice, and so I'm just going to take this out.
Okay.
Do
you want me to go first and take it out, or
do
you have something that's low enough?
I can take it. I don't know if the turn order doesn't matter for me, so it just matters if you care if I go first or not.
Don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna play Boots of Speed, and then I'm gonna double hit. So I will deal 2 to here and 2 to here, taking out this, and then the bonus 3 I'll deal to here. And this is dead.
And this guy does
get potion.
Yep.
And we just put that in our hand or out in front of us?
You can lay it in front of you, yeah.
Okay.
Next to the
and
other.
Is this used at any time or during your turn, or how?
Yep, at any time.
Okay.
And is that just for the person that killed him? I must.
No, you get a bonus. You get a potion too, Trevor.
So when you say at any time, can I like? Oh, we just saw that we're going to be taking damage. I'm going to use it now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. So I knocked out heroes left 10. Okay, yeah.
Brew of Unity.
So that, yeah, I finished.
Okay. We are finishing the round, so conceal doesn't help me. That doesn't really help me because I only have one other. So I guess I am playing.
I'm conceal could still help you. I think we're not killing.
Oh yeah,
him
we're not going to kill him. That's
yeah.
true. Okay.
Unless you have a way to kill him.
So once I do this, I'm concealed, right?
Yeah, except anytime you deal an attack, you become unconcealed. So if you want it concealed at the end of the round, you'd have to play it last.
Okay. I'll well, it doesn't really matter. It's all gonna happen anyway. So let's do that and then play 3.
That guy.
And then play block for, what was it, 3 each?
Yep.
Nice.
Lots of block.
Oh, 3 each, right? That's supposed to be 3.
Oops. I thought that was a 5. I bet. I gotta zoom in.
Cool.
All right, that's it.
Okay, so we potentially have this twice, or this once and this once. So I don't think that it matters the order that we do here. So I'll go first, I guess. I'll be dealt 2 damage, which let's see. Is it worth? Probably not. I'll just take the 2 damage. And then this gains 2 block. And then now it's your turn, Trevor, I guess.
Okay. Flippy. Oh, look.
Again.
All right, so deal 2 damage. The minion with lowest health gains 2 block. So he's gonna gain 4 block.
Yep.
And what do I have on my thing?
You just got a lot of block.
You'll
It's
take
all
2,
gonna
so-
go away. So
Yeah,
I guess I'll just.
it worked.
You blocked.
Excuse me.
Now, hopefully, I imagine you guys can kill that guy.
It does have a lot of block, but yeah,
It does, yeah.
we can definitely. Well, I think I can just kill it with my first card.
Nice.
I will play offensive stance, and I have 3 attack cards in my hand, so 6 damage plus boost of speed, so 9 damage.
Got him.
Dead.
I could have done 8, 9, 10, 11.
I don't want to hear it. I don't care.
Sweet. All right.
Too late. He's already dead, man.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys can discard, put all your cards back in the deck, and then you'll get your next rewards.
So the person that kills the most wins, right?
Yeah, we could say that.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's the
like
competitive semi co-op.
Like, listen,
You have a
gambling.
backstab card.
Yeah, so you'll be gaining 2 cards again and a single potion. So pick one and replace it from up here.
What about the potion?
You'll be
Oh,
getting another. You'll be getting another one. Yeah.
Because of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So we would keep the potion we have, and we're just
Yep.
drawing another one.
Mhm.
Okay. Do we?
I'll draw it for you.
Does it matter when we draw the potion or do the cards? Is the
No,
order?
I just drew your potion for you.
Okay.
Also, I probably shouldn't have, because it might be fun for you to draw a potion, but sorry.
That's okay.
Do we have a max health or anything? Is there like any?
Yeah,
reason-
20 is the max
20.
health.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just heal 5 right now.
Might as well.
I think. I mean, I guess like strategically, optimally, since I can do this at any time, I just save it. But
yeah, if you're doing like a campaign, then it would probably matter because you'll keep your potions throughout.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you do?
I did that.
What did you
Do you ask what I did?
Yeah.
I was just waffling on if I was gonna use this right now or not, and like I initially used it and I took it back because I can do it at any time. Okay, and then we get our next. Oh wait,
yeah, and
Trevor
Trevor has to choose his next one. Cool. And so just let me just kind of get a sense for you guys. Out of sake of time, we could skip the third. You'll get your rewards, and then we could just go to the boss if you wanted to do that, or if you want to kind of play it fully. It's up to you.
I'm fine.
I'm good.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, let's just do it then.
It's Evan's show, so
Yeah, Evan, how are you doing?
I didn't know. Yeah, how.
screw him. He's not even playing.
Twiddling your thumbs.
Cool. So we'll set these guys up. Okay, so this. Ooh, wow, that's a little interesting here. So the beta wolves these guys have guard on them, which mean you cannot attack anybody except minions with guard first. So you'll need to take out these 2 guys before you can take that guy out.
Alpha Wolf. Okay, yeah, that seems like it's ramping up in difficulty. And then we set their life totals to double their amounts, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. So
What were you saying? Where is that I
so guard is at the bottom. So that power is called guard, and it just means that you can only attack people with guard first.
Okay. So even if they didn't, even if these were gone, we still could attack the
no, yeah, they need to be dead.
Okay, so we don't just have to attack them, we have to kill them. Like if he attacks both of them, I still have to keep attacking these guys until they're dead before we can go after the Alpha Wolf.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
We can't kill this one until we kill this one, and we can't kill this one until we kill
So you can't kill any of them.
Yeah. they figured it out. The perfect wolf strat.
And Trevor, I didn't show you. You got this potion, so it's deal 3 damage to all enemies, which is.
Now, can I play that even though the Alpha Wolf's out?
You can, and it would deal damage to the Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and Trevor, I'm gonna just shuffle your deck with your new cards and draw a hand of 5.
Right. Can I unconceal? Yeah. All right. Don't think I'm drawing efficiently. That's not bad. 8. 2, 3. Yeah, I can deal 8, I think.
I think this turn I'm only going to be dealing 6.
And what's their
and let's just focus 1 down. I'm most worried about this one because just like whenever it's activated, it will sort of double hit, or basically double hit.
Yeah.
So I think just focusing on this one. Is there any reason that I shouldn't just play out my cards first?
No, I'll go for it.
Okay. 4 damage there. 6. And
unless you got a triangle under here, and I don't.
Okay. I will. So 4, 5, 6. I'll take out this 3. And then deal 3 more. And that is that, I believe. Oh, I got my 2 block, or my 5 block rather. So just out of curiosity, is there a is there a 6 slot maximum? I don't know how I'd run into that, or I feel like it'd be hard to run into that.
Yeah, no maximum, more just of a UI kind of a spot to put your square things.
Yeah, I guess I guess the reason I was wondering is like, is this being 2 matter, or is this just 5 total?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
just 5 total.
That's my turn.
All right. You heard me say I had 8 health, not 11, right? Should I knock him down a bit, or should I knock this guy down?
I think we should just focus on one. I don't think there's any reason, because there's armor. It's just like,
okay.
No reason to waste it on the armor if it might reset.
All right, I can actually kill him because I can use my potion. But
sweet.
The potion is just going to reset the armor.
Yeah, I think killing him is going to be good here. I would say do it if you can kill him with the potion.
Okay, so that's 3 more. Oops.
Well, it's going to
And-
0, right?
And then I can explode my death potion.
So Alpha Wolf takes the damage.
And 1 damage.
Got him.
Then this guy loses that. And then this guy goes to 0.
And he's gone. Nice.
And I still have 1 more because that
Yep.
one was, I think something was free. Yeah.
Yep.
So I can play. Ooh, that's interesting. I think I'll conceal.
You can also play the block too.
Yeah. But do I have any block? Oh, I used all my block. And they're gonna deal 4, 5. I think I'll conceal.
Well,
But you can do
the
both. You
conceal
can do
is
both.
0, so
Yeah.
you can do both.
Oh, sorry. You meant I can do both. I thought you, I thought you
Hmm.
meant you could also play the block instead of you could play the block. Stupid. Okay. There we go. Together.
Cool.
Now
And
we're
then
supposed
just-
to draw right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it makes slightly more sense for mine to flip up first because
I haven't looked yet.
this one could potentially increase strength. Like, yeah. So
Sure.
I
don't have Alpha Wolf under here though.
I'll take 5, which gets blocked entirely, but then the 2 damage from the bottom is gonna hit me. And then minions with the lowest health gain 2 block. So lowest health is this one, so this gains 2 block. And this activated.
What does his
Um,
guard thing do?
Guard means that we have to kill this before we can attack this.
Oh, okay.
You must do it.
Got it. I missed that.
Yeah, that's one I.
Gotta
It
kill
might.
Vita.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the end of my. Oh wait, yeah, that was the end of that. So
You
Trevor.
want to flip yours, Trevor?
Yeah. Flip. No Alpha.
Nice.
The minion with the highest health activates. So this
That
guy,
would be that. He's dealing 5 to you.
5er.
Gaining another block, so I'm gonna just throw that on there.
Do I want to use? If I use my conceal, I'm only blocking 2 of that 5, but I've got a block here that would block the other 3 of it.
Yeah.
Should I?
Basically, take 2 damage or take no damage based on.
I'll take the 2 actually. Let's
Alright.
just do that.
Just keep your. I mean, you can see your hand. So yeah, if you have
I've
a
also
good
got-
defense concealed.
I've also got heal 3 to all heroes, not just myself.
Yeah, I'm a selfish potion grabber.
Didn't you use that?
I undid it
Oh,
because
you
I
mulligan.
realized I could do it at any time.
He spit it back into the bottle.
Yeah, exactly. Backwash.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you guys are up. Unfortunately, like I got a lot of block, which sucks, but
Feel free to use this anytime you want.
Use what?
This potion.
Oh, the block one.
Yeah, when we just get it, it would go on our card.
Yeah, but block goes away at the end of each round, so we wouldn't want to use it unless it was gonna be.
You're carrying
useful.
a block around in your bottle. Okay.
I could potentially do it this. I guess. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so we need 14 and 11 plus a lot of.
Wait, so if block goes away at the end of each round, how come he has? How does that wolf have a bunch of block?
Because whenever they become activated, they gain their block. So this one was activated
Oh,
twice.
Maybe I'm just confused as far as when a new round is starting.
End of their round or your round. So it's like two separate rounds. So the heroes have kind of the end of their round, and then the minions have the end of theirs.
Yeah, the timing for when the block goes away and when the block gets added is yeah,
A little confusing.
we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Thought I had it straight. Maybe I don't.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I knew, but now I obviously.
I might have I might have actually just not told you guys that properly. But we can talk about that.
I don't think the order of my stuff matters in this round. So do you mind if I just go first? I'm just gonna attack the only thing I can attack.
I don't know that my order matters.
I'm gonna take out its shield for you, and then do your best. I gain 3 block.
That's oof.
Go ahead.
And
And just keep in mind that I do have the potential to give us both 4 block if it's necessary.
So 3, 6. Eesh. 3.
And you are concealed right now.
Oh, I am concealed. Oh, hello. Okay, that makes it a little easier. Then we're gonna do this. Which one do I want? 5. Oh, I can only do that one because of that guy. Right. Okay. So I'll do my concealed 5 damage. Come on. Where is it? And then I'll do not that one. No, let's do this one. 6 more. Not quite, Sasha.
It's all right. We'll get it next time. The Alpha Wolf activating is the only thing that is all that scary, and we have 50-50 on it. Oh wait, this is Alpha Wolf is gonna activate because of that. Okay, well.
So I'm supposed to draw right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. And just to clarify with block, so we get it in the correct way, at the start of your turn is when block is removed.
Mm-hmm. So the start of the wolf's turn, their block is removed.
The turn has started now, since you guys are done. So then block goes away.
And then if they're activated, they will gain their block.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this case, we should definitely have. I guess it's not definitive, but I'm pretty sure you should flip yours first because mine is going to activate Alpha Wolf, which. Oh wait.
No, it's not.
All other minions.
Is it?
Yeah.
The minion with the highest health activates. Which is this guy. Yeah.
But it's give all other minions, so it doesn't actually improve itself.
Nope. Yeah, just the other guys.
But I guess if this is a circle, then we wouldn't want that to happen. Do you have any block this round? Do you don't have any block? But you are concealed?
Am I concealed? I can't remember now.
I don't know. You're not. You
No.
should.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's actually gone.
I don't think I am. Yeah.
Okay, so you have no block. So I'm probably gonna give us 4 block.
Yeah, that's probably an idea.
I guess let's do
also
yours
give you-
first.
I could also do the health thing if you want to.
That can be any time. I'll just use it if we're just about to die. I don't think there's any reason to be as strategic with that. I think activate yours first makes the most sense.
Okay.
Circle.
All right, so he's got
So
5.
You have 4 block.
Okay. And we can do that, right, Drew?
Yep. Yeah, you can use them whenever you want.
Yeah. So I took 1.
Yeah, and then the bottom thing is deal 2. So you'll take 2 additional, so 3 total damage.
Gains additional 2 blocks, so it's going to be up to 5 block.
Yep, since that's a low cell. Yep.
And then my turn, right?
Yep.
Okay, Alpha Wolf is going to activate, so it gets its 2 block. And it's going to try and hit me for 4, but I have a ton of blocks, so nothing happens. I'm just going to remove all my block because it's going to go away anyways. Give all other minions 2 strength, so just like that. And I think
Sorry, guys, I have to move spots here. So if you got vertigo, look away. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
And then all minions gain
so
one
that
strength,
is
right?
that does not activate because
Oh,
Yes,
the
that's correct.
actual
Yep.
this was the one that was activated,
Oh.
which just means the card on top
Okay.
happens and not the
Got
lane.
got it.
Getting a tour of my house again.
All right. Let me see.
Okay,
This
and
looks
then
like a murder mystery flick.
Blair Witch Project.
Or, yeah.
Oh, almost failed. Almost failed.
You guys heard something.
Overfield. Okay, and so we're doing our next round.
And Sasha, both times those boots were the last draw of the deck for you.
Yeah, pretty rough. Okay. Well, I can deal a chunk of damage, not like I can deal 11.
I haven't even looked at my card.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can take out the beta wolf and take out the shield and a little bit of the alpha wolf. I'll bring the alpha wolf down to 10.
Ooh. Yeesh. I think I can do 5. I mean, I might be able to do something else because I can draw. But and what do flurries do again, Drew? I forgot.
Anytime you play a flurry, the next one costs 1 less.
Okay.
Not just the next one, all additional ones, right?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Good clarification. That's true.
It's cumulative.
Okay. I'm just gonna go. I'll go here. I'll deal 8 damage to Beta Wolf, which kills it. And then we each get to clear our row if we want to. That's the death trigger. And then I will I guess since we're not gonna kill it, I will just take out its shield and gain 2 block.
I don't think we're gonna kill it, unless I draw an amazing card.
And you don't have any of those, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. I think that was my turn.
So that. Okay, if I do that, and then that. Oh wait, maybe I don't have a draw. I thought I had a draw.
If you play this and then that, you'll
right.
draw 2. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, So if I do that, that's only costing me 1. That's 0. And then I can see what I've got. Yeah, okay, let's do this and just see what I get. So gain 4 block. 2 and 2. And then that means I'm supposed to draw. Oh no, that's
Technically you play that one first, the hidden knowledge first.
every time you conceal this turn, draw 2 cards. Wouldn't I have to conceal first?
You just play it, and then anytime. So you'd play it first, and then anytime after you play it, you draw 2 cards.
Oh, okay, it's retro.
Yeah.
It can still happen. Okay. Okay, so then I'm gonna draw 2. And what did
Ooh. So you're technically concealed, so I'm going to flip that for you just so you don't forget.
Okay. I guess I'm drawing. I think I'm doing that one.
Mm-hmm. So, Trevor, do you want me to just give you a really cool combo?
Yeah, yeah.
Or do you want? Okay.
Oh yeah, because I still have more left. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, so if you play haste next,
yeah,
you'll be able to play backstab, and then you can conceal. So once you play backstab after that, all your 1-cost attacks are going to be free. So, and then you have your extra conceal, which is going to draw you 2 more cards after that. So you're going to be drawing a bunch of cards and then playing a bunch of attacks for free, potentially.
all fight cards are this turn are flurries. So that cost me 2 energy so far, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I didn't quite follow you.
Yeah, so you'll play, if you play backstab next, that's technically a flurry now because of your haste card.
So it doesn't cost me anything.
It'll cost you 1 this first time, but then any next attack cards are going to be, well, any next 1-cost attack cards are going to be free for you. So you'll deal your backstab, and so you'll deal 5 to Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
With that. And then you'll become unconcealed. And then now this attack is free because it's also a flurry. So it's now 0 energy. So you can play that one.
Okay.
So deal 3 to Alpha Wolf.
And no, I did not have all this in my hand at the beginning. So.
And then if you conceal again, you'll draw 2 more cards and then potentially be able to play another attack for free, depending on what you draw.
Why would I get what is the symbol up here?
Well, so that's so conceal is free, and you played the hidden knowledge, which every time you conceal you draw cards. So
right.
You're playing that for free. So now you're concealed again and draw 2 more cards.
Gotcha. And
you got him.
More stuff.
So you can play that attack for free. And you killed him.
What'd you do, Sasha?
I took out his shield for you. I also killed the other one. I killed the one guarding him.
You did have cool stuff in your deck. Cool. So he gives you 3 health when you kill him. So go ahead and gain 3 health. All right.
And I still didn't decide if I wanted to clear my.
Oh yeah, go ahead and
my row or not.
That's what the 5 means. Okay.
And you will have potentially another opportunity to clear. Yes. So yeah.
Okay, so sorry, we should get rid of these and draw again.
You don't draw this time because you're going to be gaining cards now.
Okay.
Yeah, so the reward now is if you would like, you can clear your row again. So you get to choose if you want to do that.
I can't find it in my heart to throw away wax on, wax off.
So does this work unfavorably?
You don't have enough energy, so unless you had a way to play
I'm saying if you played this one, do you play them all at the same time, or do you play them one at a time?
I'm trying to think of what the difference there is.
Never mind. I see that this is not that symbol. For some reason in my head, I was thinking that this was a normal attack. That problem is already solved with how the rules work. Death blow, deal 2 damage. So when I kill something, deal 2 damage?
Yep.
Got it.
And Trevor, if so, this reward is if you want, you can clear your row again. Oh, you already said you didn't want to, so you can go ahead and gain your 2.
I took my 2, yeah.
Oh, you did. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Those actually will go into your deck, and you'll shuffle. And you can draw your hand.
So are protect tokens discarded at the same time that block is
discarded? No, they're on until the end of the wave or whatever it would be. Yeah.
So this is just better than this, except this takes up a helm slot.
Yeah, so this is technically better because it'll get shuffled into your deck and you'll be able to gain more protect.
Oh, I see. Yeah, since you can do it multiple times, you can have multiple instances of protect.
Yep.
Got it.
But if there's like helm synergy and stuff, so depending on what you have, it might not be better.
I get it.
Okay, so same plan.
Yeah. One more card. Have through.
Dispatch.
Cool. All right. So now the boss is going to come out. So these all get flipped, and this comes out. One thing these cards are somewhat new, and so I haven't actually shown where the health of the boss goes. I think it's probably going to go on this card, but we're going to put him at going to be at 50. I know that seems like a lot, but you guys will be able to take him out pretty quick.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
First turn.
Yeah, yeah, probably not that, unless Trevor goes through his whole deck, maybe. And then we draw out 3 level 1s and then go from there.
Okay. And if we were to draw a level 2, well, there's still level 1.
It just doesn't happen.
Okay, got it. It just fills in empty slots.
Yeah. So yeah, we can set these guys.
Okay, interesting.
So to kill this is so who's the boss? This is the boss?
This is the boss, yeah. So
okay.
This is there. Kind of.
Are we allowed to hit?
So yes, so sorry. Now that there's new stuff happening, you cannot attack the boss if there's minions active. That's the only additional rule.
Okay. So they all essentially have guard for boss.
Guard for boss, yes. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And what is the significance of 1 damage 4 times?
So if he gains a lot of strength, yeah. So
okay,
he kind of just starts. Yeah.
This is essentially an attack like that symbol.
Yes, essentially, yeah.
Modified by strength, because strength doesn't like doesn't affect this number, right? Deal 5 damage, gain 5 block.
Unless it's so there you can put strength on the Howlmaster. I just realized that I have a bit of a component thing here where it's not clear who the boss is in this situation. This is somewhat new, but we'll be putting tokens on this. This will signify the boss. So
Got it.
if there's tokens on the boss, this will be
modified.
Yeah, that's something I didn't. Yeah, this is a slightly new. And so I actually haven't tested this out yet, and that I can see that that's potentially an issue.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because these will, in that sense, they work slightly differently than what their flip side sort of.
Yeah, because they're associated with the boss, and the boss can get status effects. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So. Kill things.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
you're going to activate the boss. And I'm potentially going to activate him or this guy.
Okay. Well, I have no way to gain block this turn, so I will be attacking.
What am I gonna do? I can gain some block, but I'm gonna be doing weird stuff again.
Oh, now these wolves have block. That's
Yep, that's good.
That's true.
Yeah, they're level 1.
Okay, on death, one here's all heroes.
I'll be dealing at least 5, but that's all I know so far.
Got it. Boss doesn't count as minion for things that affect minions.
Nope. Yeah, if something says enemy, it references bosses and minions.
Okay.
If it says minion, it's just the minions.
Okay. So as far as things to target, this has a on death thing, but I don't think it matters that much. It also has give a potion when it dies, which is nice. This is draw a card, right?
Yes. Yep.
And both players get to draw a card optionally. Yep. So if we were to kill this one, it'd be most advantageous for us. So if one person played out their cards, they discard down, they draw back up, and then the other person kills this, then they'd get to draw a card to use for the next turn.
That's a good question that I don't think I thought of them drawing up after their turn, but technically that's how that works.
Okay.
So then, yes, I think that would be true.
Okay.
With the way the rules are stated, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's really a wrong choice for what to attack first. This one gives strength to other minions, so that seems like actually no, that's not a riot ability, so it doesn't.
Yeah, they've already gotten.
So yeah, I guess Wolffather is the scariest to keep around. So I guess targeting that one first makes the most sense. And just to be clear, this deal 1 damage for every other minion, that is not affected by strength.
It is affected by strength, yeah.
It is affected, so it's deal 2 damage for every other minion.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So that's very scary.
Yep.
Let's
do it.
Yeah, I think let's target that. All I have is damage, so I'm just gonna play out my cards.
Oh, so this would be the Wolf Mother would be deal 2 damage to all heroes.
Wolf Mother would be deal. Oh yes, that's correct.
And if the Alpha Wolf had a strength on him, it would be all other minions gain 2 strength.
No. And that one is an arrive, so it just happens when you put out the cards. Strength is only affects damage.
Strength affects.
Okay. So I will attack for 3, and then 1 damage to all enemies.
And the boss
so
does also get one.
I will deal. Oh, sweet. I will deal 6 here.
That's gonna
I
win
got
us
7 here.
That one.
One.
Okay, that was my turn.
Okay. Let's see if I can play this right this time. I don't want to play that one first. I want to. Yeah, I do want to play that one first. So every time you conceal this turn, draw 2 cards. No. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I want that
Yeah.
out. Right? Okay. And that's 1 energy.
That one doesn't cost any energy.
Well, that's 0 energy. Sorry.
Yep.
I don't know why I saw 1. I think I was looking at the little thing inside of the 0, thinking it was a 1. Okay, and then conceal. Let's do this. So I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
I'm gonna conceal you.
That or that. So as soon as I play a fight card, I'm not concealed anymore.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, or an attack card. Okay. I guess I will play this one for 5. You die. And then now it gets a little trickier. So I've got 1 more.
2 energy left.
Okay, just see.
Look out for health. Maybe. Who do you think is next? Who should we go?
I mean,
Probably this one because this guy's done, right?
yeah, it hits harder.
What do I have? No blocks. I think I'm gonna take a. What do they deal?
This feels fine.
3 and 5. Yeah. That's a lot. But I got a healing potion. I think I will just attack. That's probably not the best decision. But...
So how does this work with conceal? Like having?
It would just be
You just add up the total, or would this?
it would be
get
yeah,
around
it'd be
conceal?
well, no, it'd just be wherever so if it was, let's just say it's deal 4 damage 4 times, it would with conceal it'd be deal 2 damage 4 times. So you would just half the damage.
So with it being 1 damage, the conceal wouldn't do anything.
No.
Okay.
Did you deal your 3 damage, Trevor?
No, I forgot what I was doing because I was paying attention. Okay. 3. I was still debating whether I should.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't be, but I'm doing it anyway.
So you're currently not concealed, correct?
That's correct.
Nice.
And you actually have 1 more energy left.
Oh.
Because this card lets you play this card for free.
Okay. Then I can take. Oops.
Sorry.
Just put them down. There's a block in there for 3.
Cool.
Nice.
All right.
So I don't think it matters which one we do. So I'll put mine.
Okay.
I'll take 4 damage. And go ahead.
So why is it written deal 1 damage 4 times instead of just 4 damage?
Because when he gets strength added to him, it scales. So he's gonna start getting strength added to you, and like he'll eventually like one shot kill you.
Gotcha.
So because it'll when strength is added, it'll say deal 2 damage 4 times, deal 3 damage 4 times. So it starts scaling.
And how does he get strength added to him?
You
That
can't get strength from this.
So even though this card is still out, that'll gain 1 strength. And if he's the only one,
yeah, this is I need to figure out how to make this a little more clear in this iteration. Yeah.
We were playing on their other sides. Now that they're flipped, these are all connected to him. So these are all him.
Okay.
So like this is essentially all of these bottom texts are on his card.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm flipping, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm in. All right. You take 4 damage.
So I can block 3 of it and take 1. Oh, I forgot to draw it. Interesting.
Okay.
So the flurries, no, sorry. Yeah, flurries are free to play, essentially.
After you play 1. Yeah.
1, right? Okay.
I'm gonna do a total of 2 damage this turn.
I am going to do. Okay, so I guess I can play that first and then play that.
I'll just get mine out of the way because I'm not doing anything special.
And then
I gain 5 block and I deal 2 damage to this one.
And you're actually it's never mind. You're right. I forgot that parry was not a attack card.
Yeah, exactly. I wish.
Yeah, I think I did that intentionally, but
Mhm.
so I can just play my.
Yep.
I can just play my whole hand then, Drew, right?
Yeah, yep. Your whole hand.
Okay. What do we need to kill? We need 8 and 9. Okay. So I'm gonna conceal. Oh wait. So if I do that, all flurries, and then do that. So where do I need to hit? Oh, I do have a 9. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. I am concealed. Flip. All cards this turn are flurries, and I've used 1 energy. I'm then going to do this, which unconceals me, which lets me do what I was concealed when it happened, but it unconceals me. So that lets me do 9, which kills this one.
Wolf Mother. Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking.
Which one do you want to kill?
Yeah, that's
just to be efficient.
I was thinking of efficiency, but is there one that we would rather kill? I've got 6 more.
I think we'd rather kill the Wolf Mother because as it gets more strength, then its death thing gets worse.
That makes sense.
And we also get a potion when it dies, which is useful.
Okay. So we'll do that. Do we get that immediately, or?
Well, first you take 1 damage. Everyone takes 1 damage from its death effect.
And then we get a potion.
And then you get a potion, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it 2 damage to everybody?
Oh, did it have a strength on it? Yeah, you're right. Darn it. And Sasha, did you have block on?
I have block. Oops.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
When you say this, is that I can discard it and I don't need to play one?
Yeah. Yep.
So I have oh, do you have the same thing?
No,
No, it's
it's
just got the same artwork.
Okay. Gain
Mine
strength,
get
dexterity.
strength.
I can discard my intent card.
That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Any hero, so
and
Sasha
is
could do it as well.
before it's revealed, or
I mean, technically, I say you can do them whenever you want. So,
got it?
yeah, which seems a little
Yeah.
weird, but yeah, that's how I feel like in most cases it's good to do it that way.
Friendly.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to play these last two cards because I have only actually played one energy. And these are still going to just be at one energy, I believe.
Yep.
And that
Here's
is
6 to him.
him.
Cool. Nice turn.
Mhm. Someone had to do something.
And then as far as order of these go, I think doing mine first makes sense, just because
Sure.
if mine's a diamond, I don't want to get it strength up first. Yeah, so I'd take 4, but I have 3, so I just take 1 damage.
Yep. Cool. And then Trevor's will go, which we know is a circle, so that will strength.
Oops.
We'll go on, and we're just keeping tokens on this card for now.
Do I want to ditch it?
Oh yeah.
I think we should save it for
Mhm.
like the strength isn't going to do anything unless he hits, and so
Yeah.
I think we can be fine for now.
Because what hits us? Draw a level 2 minion, gain
It's
1,
this one or this one.
deal 5 damage. So he would.
It's not as big of a deal for this one. It is a sort of a big deal for him. Yeah.
I think this card or this card hurts us with that. So I kind of feel like anytime he gets strength, I should.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I don't know.
I think either way.
If I'm doing it now, it's one off of us that's going to be lasting longer, earlier.
That's true. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let's.
Yep.
No, just won't do my card.
Cool. And you got to use your potion.
Potion. Glug, 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 glug.
Okay. And then
Tasted like an IPA.
next round.
Yep. I'll just pull those together for you, Trevor.
Thank you. What do I got? 4.
Okay. Well, I'm hitting. I'm gonna hit for 8. 9, 10, 11. I'm gonna hit for 11. So I can take out this and then deal 8 to him. So I think I'll just do that now.
And you will get to draw a card when that guy dies. So
that is true.
Potentially change something.
Sure. I'll play this. Deal. Okay, wait. Huh. Actually, this is sort of awkward.
Yeah, with how that's set up. You could have Trevor go
yeah,
first.
maybe Trevor, I'll have you go first. Otherwise, I'm going to miss out on 3 damage.
Okay.
If he can kill something. Yeah, he can kill it.
What are we looking at? 3?
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's do that, which deals 3. Down he goes. And I gain 2 block.
We each draw a card.
And I draw a card.
And you'll actually draw 2 cards since this death effect was draw a card.
This actually doesn't matter.
Okay. And then, was there anything else that activated on that guy?
No.
Okay. And then I got one more to play. Oh, and no conceal. Okay.
That's too bad.
This one's pretty good. What is Joe? That's if I can play something else. Okay. I think I'll just take this one. So gain 4 block. And I'm concealed.
Oh, sorry, I took that. Cool. Not a huge turn.
Okay. I will deal. Yeah, I just want to hit. I'm gonna just deal 14.
Nice.
Shoot 'em.
And that is my turn.
Did you just draw that stamp through?
What was that?
I was just asking Sasha if he just drew that stamp through.
Oh,
I drew it off of the wolf seed.
Yeah.
It also wouldn't have been good there because of it does 3 damage to a minion, and the boss is not a minion.
yeah. I think I need to change that though. I don't think that
It
I
needs
think
to be
it's
minion.
Yeah, I think it's not powerful enough that it needs to be
Yeah.
limited to minion. So I'll change that.
Getting last hits is not super easy. I
Yeah.
guess so if it's 1 player, it's different than if it's 2 player.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so yeah, you guys will do your intent cards.
Yeah, I think you should go first.
okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I get dealt 4 damage.
How are you doing for health?
I'm basically at 9.
Okay. Because I also have some health for you.
Oh, with that. So
can-
I'm basically at 12.
I get the first sip though.
Okay. As long as there's not backwash, I'm fine.
I'm not making any promises. All right. So I flip mine.
Yep. Ooh,
Oh.
man, lots of diamonds coming.
I don't mind that.
That was
Yeah,
that.
good call on the getting rid of his strength.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm allowed 1 tactical move a game. Okay. Let's see what I got. Okay, so I can do that and then that. So 3, 6.
And you are currently concealed as well.
Oh, right.
So we got square, circle, square, triangle.
I think I can do 11.
I could do 10, but then I'm not doing any block. Which, if it's the circle, I don't care about. But if it's a square, I do care about. I think I'll take the 50-50. We have health potions and stuff. We just want them dead.
Yeah, plus if we die, we also... Do we lose all our potions if we die? How does that work?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but no, you're just keeping them.
No, it's just a potion.
Yeah.
Okay. So we still have our potion of life.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, I'm gonna deal 10.
It's actually not a bad idea for you to necessarily die quickly. Use this potion, take the rest of the hits, and then revive yourself. Like, does that help you?
I don't think it makes much difference. I think we can defeat him without me dying, but we'll see.
Yeah, but I was just thinking of that situation.
Yeah.
You lose a little part of your soul every time you die. So.
No, you're refreshed.
Okay, that was my turn.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, Evan's still here,
I'm still here. I'm watching everything.
as you do, watcher.
It sounds a little
Um,
bit better than Creeper, but Watcher also doesn't sound great.
Okay, I'm gonna deal 5 damage. And then if I do that, I can play the next one for free. That's the same as just playing that, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's the same. It's a no. It's a no gain, but sure, let's do it. So I'm gonna play 3 more.
Sort of just want to hope that this is not a triangle.
Yeah.
That
Should
is,
be good.
and that is okay. So I've played 1, and then 2, and I've got 1 more. So if that is a triangle, what is that going to do to me?
Triangle will draw a minion.
Oh,
Where, yeah.
we'll restock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Just
can't
one,
attack
just
him
a single one. Yeah.
Then we couldn't attack him again until we kill the.
Oh,
So you're either taking 5 damage or he'll draw a minion.
okay. In that case, I mean, I probably. What's he at? 17? No, I'll play my block. Oops.
Yep.
And take 3.
Okay. Do yours first.
Great.
Hey, he didn't draw a minion. So although he's gaining
5 to you.
block.
Deal 5 damage, gain 5 block. Ouchie. Okay, so 5 brings me down to.
Same to me. I'm just gonna give him this potion, and he'll leave me alone.
What'd you give him?
This potion.
Oh,
He's at 10 block.
he's at 10 block. Oh my. That backfired a bit.
Well, I think it's all right. I can deal 18 this turn.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I didn't even look at mine. Yeah.
And you also have that if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's
how
how I
you're
get
gonna
to
do it.
18.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do my 18 right now.
Okay.
Unless you.
I'll go for it.
Okay.
You might be able to kill him, Trevor, possibly.
Okay. +1 strength.
Yeah, I think I can.
And then I will start with offensive stance, which is going to deal 6 because I have 2 attack cards in my hand. So down to 4. And then I'll do a normal attack, which this will be a total of 8 because of the boots of speed. So 4 and then 4 to him. And then I will play a stab through, which will be another 4.
Nice.
And that is that. Okay, Trevor, you just need to deal 9 damage.
Okay, I'll conceal. And then I'll guess I'll use.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one card that deals 9 damage. Nice. He's dead.
Die,
Wow.
Wolfie, die.
Nice job.
Good work, team.
Yeah,
Sweet.
good job.
Ciao.
I'd just like to note I have 4 more health than you do.
So Trevor wins.
Oh, son of
Who
a...
killed more minions though?
But look how much shield I have.
Oh no.
Actually, it should be gone. I shouldn't have it.
I have no shield.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I
Uh,
have sweet boots. You don't have sweet boots.
That is good. I do need some sweet boots.
Okay. Go ahead.
Trevor,
Cool.
Want me to go first?
take it away.
All right. Yeah, I enjoyed this. If you've seen any of the other people that have co-ops, I always put a disclaimer at the front that I'm not a co-op guy. So, but I also follow that disclaimer with, if I like what I'm doing, that's pretty good for somebody that's not a co-op person to like what they're doing. So yeah, I thought it was interesting. The core idea and I'm not usually into big asymmetric things going on. But because it was only 2, I actually liked it. I still didn't follow what Sasha was doing, but I think I probably would if I was doing more than just one play. I'd probably get an idea of what his deck is. But big asymmetric games like Root and stuff like that, I just hurts my head. Um, but I like the way everything interacted in the deck. Felt good to draw potion cards. Um, Felt good to like block some stuff that was coming at me. I kind of like the you're not quite sure which one you're going to activate. Um, I let Sasha kind of take the lead on that, and then kind of more towards the end, I started kind of paying more attention. Um, Once I understood my deck a little bit better. Let's see, constructive stuff. And I do like deck builders, so you're definitely leaning to one of my strengths.
Nice.
Um, yeah, on Sasha's, I really like this card. How you're placing your equipment down. It's simple. It's intuitive as to where it's going to go. And the art matches. So if you're grabbing something, you can see that it is going to go on the side that it's supposed to go, or whatever it is. I don't really know if that's supposed to go there. Just intuitively, that looks like it's supposed to go there. So I'm assuming I didn't read it. But from what I remember earlier, um, we've mentioned this about the blocking, and you've already mentioned you might be changing it. So I'm not gonna harp on that too much because I think it was a little bit fiddly as it was. As in like I would like it to be. Well, I'll mention it since since I'm there. The As in it like coming back and then coming back and getting more and more and more and more instead of just either it's on or it's off, I think was
Yeah.
the suggestion. I did think that just from a small graphic design, where is the one with the guard? Was it in this?
Yeah, there he is.
Something to indicate that this is like
Mm-hmm.
it's active.
Yeah.
So like, hey, this is an active thing. You got to deal with the active things before you and then makes it you look over here. Maybe it's in red or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll leave that.
Yeah, it's maybe like a frame kind of around the outer edge of it would make it feel.
Yeah, I'll leave
But
that to graphic design.
yeah.
You'll probably have a better idea than I would. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, I really enjoyed the deck building. I liked the energy. I liked the fact that you could just grab a card, and it was really based on your energy that you were using. initially I kind of thought that, I'd like to save some cards in my hand, but now I can see why you wouldn't be able to with all the draw cards. Um, and then you probably wouldn't want to, maybe because you would be drawing up to 5 again. So maybe it's more of a hindrance than a help. I'm not sure. But you might have more than 5 in your hand at the next time. So yeah, I don't honestly, I didn't have too much. I thought it played really nicely, and other than the little finicky guard things, I'm sure Sasha and Evan might have some stuff that comes up that I might play off of, but I think that's all I got. It was I had fun.
Cool. Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah.
Sasha.
Yeah. So right off the bat, I have played lots of Slay the Spire. And I have not played the Slay the Spire card game. I actually I haven't played the like physical game that they've put out. I do not know how that plays or anything, but I definitely, if someone told me that this was the Slay the Spire card game, I would be like, oh yeah, totally. I definitely, it definitely has that flow in a way that feels really good. I definitely enjoyed it quite a bit. I do really like the general art and sort of feel of it. I think that is has a really good feel to it. Now let me get to my actual list of things. Okay. Just right at the beginning of the game, a little reminder maybe on here or something, just of you have 3 energy a turn. Just it's not like written anywhere. Obviously, like once you know it, then it's like that. It doesn't really change. I don't know if there's people's cards that will change that, but for the first time playing, I think that would help with understanding this is the cost, and you always have 3 at the beginning of each turn. But again, it's not a problem. Like after you played 1 or 2 rounds, it's not hard to remember that it's 3. It's just for the first time learning. There was a couple of times, both. I definitely know for me, and I think for Trevor as well, the suits, or like I'm calling them suits, but like attack equipment. I would like a little bit more of a in your face indication of what it is, just so it's harder for me to like forget. Maybe it being a color thing or a background thing that is like makes it so it's really obvious. I don't have to look at the symbol in the little circle. Like obviously the symbol in the little circle is totally fine, but I think I would have had less times where I was like, oh wait, that's not an attack. If it was like their backgrounds were a certain color or something along those lines. Not a big issue, but it's just something that I noticed. All the first few things I think I wrote down in the teach section. So just on here, some indication saying that this flips over after you play an attack card, just as a reminder. Also would be helpful for first time play learning.
Yeah, that was something that I definitely did not pick up on until it was kind of repeated to me.
It can be like a little fiddly. Just, I mean, once you It's a lot of the times like you don't even flip it just because you're like, I'm gonna do the conceal thing and then do it, and then you forget to flip it, and yeah, there's definitely a little bit of fiddliness there.
I think that's a great spot to put it though, Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah,
Whether you're
just
flipping the card or not, it just reminds you that once it you
and so like even after you've finished doing your turn, you're sort of looking over your board a little bit, and then that little visual reminder is like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this should be flipped over.
Yeah.
A +1 or -1. Oh, I was definitely feeling the first round, and maybe even into the second round. I was like, it feels like we're playing a tutorial. I feel like if you're not doing a campaign, I think I think there should just be a little bit more of an injection of fun, interesting stuff from the get go. I get that this is add 2 cards each time rather than what looks like you choose between one of those 3 options each time.
Mhm.
But I feel like I would prefer having like 2 cards at the very beginning of the game. I know as far as balance goes, like that might not be good for making the first level too easy or something, but I just felt like I got pretty bored of my deck, like
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Yeah.
And if I was doing a campaign, I'd be like, fine, I'm gonna get strong, and I'm gonna get stronger and stronger, and it's gonna feel like really good. But since just doing like as a one shot, I think it would be nice to just inject a little bit more interesting stuff, like right at the beginning.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it does feel like a tutorial.
Yeah.
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 The other thing, and this comes from me playing Slay the Spire. I also sort of wish that each of these was either +1 or -1.
Yeah.
Because there was a period of time where like I didn't want any of these, and I got a card that wanted me to have more attack cards, and I had a couple cards in my deck that I didn't synergize well with what I wanted to be doing, and I just have no way of getting rid of those cards. So yeah, again, if I was doing the campaign,
Yeah.
you get to do that, and that's fine. But maybe the one shot should have some way of getting that feeling.
Okay. Yeah.
Um. What else? Maybe block should just always come. Oh, one of the thoughts for how the block works with these is just at the beginning of each round they get their block.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's not like when they're activated, they just all are going to get their block at the beginning of each round. It would really, I think, simplify sort of keeping track of like what things were triggered, and also the things like when one unit is activated twice, it like gets too. I think that's just is too fiddly. This is definitely, I think, the biggest thing to be wary of is there are lots of things like video game to tabletop game that is oftentimes the biggest struggle, is getting the right feelings without it being too fiddly, because there's so many things that you don't have to deal with if you're playing a video game that all of a sudden when you're playing a physical game you do have to deal with. And it just is sort of a going back and forth between, do you want your play experience to just be a simulation of a video game, or do you want it to like feel like its own card game? And I think I think you are trying to have it be its own card game, and in that sense, I just really simplify things like that. Otherwise, it's going to feel like it's trying to be a physical implementation of a video game, and might miss some people that haven't played that video game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Um, not a big issue, but there can definitely be some gaming or some like in a solo mode. Do you get to see what the next card is? Is that like intentional?
In solo, you don't. Solo,
Okay.
you just keep it on top. And then when you
Got
flip it, the next one's there.
I
So yeah,
think
there's a
drawing from the bottom of the deck would sort of solve that for 2-player.
Mhm.
Because then you don't get to like and see what's coming up next. It's not a big deal, I don't think, but like if you really wanted to sort of min-max strategy and stuff, I would definitely be looking at what the next card is coming up
Yeah.
in the 2-player mode. Whereas if you drew from the bottom of the deck, you wouldn't have to really worry about that. The only thing is like if I see this top card as a diamond because of the distribution, I sort of know like roughly like that level of card counting is not that big of an advantage. So yeah, just as a thought.
Yep.
Set or add shield. Oh yeah, that was just what we were talking about earlier with this. So ignore that. Battle wave.
What is that symbol?
Oh, yeah, that card has not been updated. At one point, and I've been messing with the way the bosses and minions are. So at one point, instead of having the cards underneath, there was a separate card that had the boss and the other people, just like as it's a separate thing. So you would activate the minions and then you'd go over and do the card. And I've been playing with this idea that you put the card on top, and so like everything you need to do is right in that column instead of two separate areas. So I had two extra symbols at one point, and so yeah, that card has not been updated over there. Yeah.
One of my thoughts for how to help fix the problem with recognizing that these are connected to the boss on the final round is just having all of these icon and abilities on this card as separate. So you have like the 4 icons written here and each one with its ability. And you just like don't have these cards, or these are just like essentially blank. Just as like that's where you put the wolf. Just so it's very clear that all of the strength modifiers and everything is happening to those abilities, because it's all on that card. All that information can be there. Everything bad that can happen is written on there. It's sort of making sense what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Let me just do. Oh, I can't. Why can't I?
Is there like an older version that did that?
Yeah, but it's not letting me add to it for some reason.
Yeah, essentially what you were saying made it sound like that's how it used to be.
Yeah, so this is a new one of basically the only change I've made in a long time. And so yeah, it used to be there was basically a separate card that had all the stuff on it. And it was the problem, and maybe it wasn't a problem, but it was a little more hard to see what would happen on your turn, because you'd have to like, okay, is there a square thing here, and then do the square minion and then look over and do that thing. And like so I was kind of trying to streamline that a little bit. I didn't see that the problem, like it works I think good with this side, but then when it gets to the boss, I didn't actually like see that would have been a problem up until this test. So
yeah, because that is definitely confusing, like these being connected to this when they weren't connected previously.
Yeah, I definitely need to think through this a little bit to try and figure that out.
And I'm sure other people could have good ideas for that as well, but yeah, that was just my initial sort of thought. I think that's everything that I have written down here. I'm sure like after Evan talks, I'll think of some other things, but in general, I'm a fan of Slay the Spire. I enjoyed it. I definitely similarly with Slay the Spire, like wanted to see sort of different strategies sort of arrive through repeat plays, and I had also like be craving or wanting more different characters, and like there's the core system is definitely a solid system, and I did like this is a cool idea. I think there's a lot to play around with. Most of the equipment that I saw didn't super excite me, but I think as a system, it's good.
Mhm.
And I was definitely jealous of what Trevor was getting to do. But I sort of knew that coming into it, that my character was going to be a little bit more straightforward. And also like thinking, connecting to Slave Aspire, I definitely sort of see those classes reminding me of classes from that as well. But yeah, anyways, I enjoyed it. I'm going to pass it along to Evan to see if Evan's still here, right?
Um,
As far as these decks, you have some plans for stuff like those concerns as well, don't you, Drew? Or
Could
is that
you? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that.
well, I was watching the podcast with you and
Mhm.
Evan, and
Yeah.
didn't you mention that you'd have more decks as well? Like this would be the big
Yeah,
deck?
yeah. So there's currently one additional hero that's there, the cleric. And he does some really fun stuff where he doesn't have any blocks and his healing turns into damage. So he's really fun. And so yeah, he's the only additional hero I have, and then there's going to be 6 bosses. So 3 heroes and 6 bosses is kind of the plan.
So like if you found this one boring, Sasha, and like kind of what was going on over here, there's like another one I think that is
Yeah.
probably
Yeah. And I didn't find it boring. I just my play style is more in a different sort of class, but I sort of knew that going into it. I my one thing that I wish is I wish I felt more of a draw to do equipment stuff, because I had a card that was going to be really good with equipment, but I just didn't end up seeing equipment cards that like really drew me in, other than the boots of speed.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's a good point to there's a couple like kind of really cool cards, but maybe bumping up the synergies with everything is would be pretty cool.
Yeah, boots of speed seems sweet. The other ones like seemed
This is kind of one of my favorite cards in the game. It's discard all equipped cards and deal 6 damage for every card discarded. So I mean that's like
pretty
one of
sweet.
the sort of like big combo strategies with the
Yeah, that
equipment
seems,
build.
seems
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Why didn't you
And
play
this is an
that one?
attack. What?
Why didn't you play that one?
I only had one piece of armor, and I wanted to keep it.
Cool. Yeah, thank
yeah.
you. Yeah, I appreciate the feedback.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just a pure icons versus not icons debate. I know there's disagreement all around with what is the ideal setting on the knob of how many icons versus how many words. But in my opinion, the places where you already have the icon for things, you might as well go ahead and use that icon in other places where it would be. So like on the I don't know, one of these minions up here. Let's see if I can find one. Jeez. Here we go, the Alpha Wolf. Give all other minions 1 strength. Well,
Oh yeah.
you just
Using
so happen to have a little icon down here that means 1 strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I would personally, I'm of the opinion, whereas if you have a small stable of icons, use them when you would be referencing that thing, rather than writing them sometimes and iconing them sometimes, which for me, the way my brain works and stuff, like it's either like, oh, I recognize that thing because it's an icon, and then if I read the same thing but it's written out in words, then I'm like, wait, is that different? Wait, what does that ability do? I don't understand. Why is it like this over here and like this over here? Are they different? So it gives my brain a whole other thing to spin out about. So if you're going to use icons, basically.
Cool. Yep.
The reticle as damage. I don't know what your other bosses are, but that doesn't make a ton of sense for wolves. I could see it in a sniper game, or with guns and
Oh,
stuff.
I see
But
what I
for
wasn't
wolves, I
quite
just
follow-
like reticle equating to damage just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. There's no gun carrying enemies, but there are other enemies than wolves.
You just need to give guns to all of the enemies. And then it'll make sense.
Gun-toting wolves. So yeah, the reticle threw me off. I was like, wait, is that damage?
Okay.
Giving players the choice on timing didn't seem to be particularly worth the slowdown in gameplay.
Okay.
Like maybe there were a couple of turns where that decision was interesting regarding who went first or which of their interaction cards. I forget the name now, but those
Intent. Yeah.
the intent cards.
Mhm.
Which of those they did first? Like there were a couple of times where it was an interesting choice, but for the most part, it just seemed to slow the game down.
Okay.
For not a ton of benefit. I could be wrong. I don't know. You guys played. What did you think about that?
I mean, yeah, there was like a slight reason to flip one of these cards over before the other, but it was like still sort of a gamble. So, I mean, if there was just a determined way that it was done, I'd be able to strategically decide how to play around that.
I didn't.
What?
I agree with the player order, and now maybe we're just seeing one play, but to me it didn't matter who went first on the player order, and then turning these cards, there was one where I saw it was obvious we don't want to flip that one first. We want to flip the other one first.
There was one turn in our game where I specifically wanted you to go first, just to like not lose out on a couple of damage, but
Mhm.
it wouldn't have been like game breaking if I had to go first. It was
Right.
just like I missed
Mhm.
out on 3 damage if I went first that round. So I think I definitely hear and agree with what Evan's saying. Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
The buy 2 cards thing, just in the back of my brain, I was like, should it be buy 2 energy worth rather than 2 cards? You know, like one card that's a 2 energy. But then I was like, oh, there's cards that are 3 energy, and I don't know. To me, that was just a thing that entered my brain. I don't think it's a strong opinion
Mhm.
or feedback one way or the other. It's just a thing that hit my brain. I was like, oh, maybe it should be a certain energy value of card buy rather than a certain number. But anyway.
Just on that note, Evan, I kind of had the same thought initially, but then I noticed when I was playing cards, if it has 2 energy, it's a better card.
Right.
Then I'm using 2 of my 3 action points that turn to make it go out. So I think I felt like that was balanced off.
Yeah. The deck for the intent, I just don't know if it's worth doing a deck over just a simple die roll. As far as like what you gain, as far as like seeing what the other one might be or might not be, and having that whole other deck. And the distributions, like, yes, I understand that the nature of randomness is different between a card deck and a die. I just don't know if you're gaining anything by having that deck. Or not, I'm not seeing it. Obviously, observing one play is not the best position to come from as far as like saying you do or don't need a component. But at least initial impression is that could just be a die, and it'd be a lot quicker and easier, and then it gets rid of even the choice at all of like who does what first. Just roll a die. I was initially concerned about quarterbacking with a 2-player co-op game where all things can be discussed. Oh, I've got 11 damage. You can do this, you can do that. But at the end of the day, it just didn't seem to matter who did what when. So that kind of I don't know if that's good or bad, but it did kind of get rid of the quarterbacking concern. So, I don't know if that's ultimate good or ultimate bad, but that seemed to be the way that played out.
Yep.
Player count. Was there a reason is it just a 2-player game straight up?
It's solo, one to two. There I'm gonna allow an option for three. But I want it as like an expansion kind of. It doesn't play. It just takes too long at three. There's too. It doesn't play optimally at three, and so I want to allow it, but not have it on like you need to buy the extra character to then allow for three if you want to play it that way. That's sort of my
Just
idea.
Game time.
Yep. Yeah, mostly that. Yeah. And definitely not like 4 is going to be just not good at all.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of, like, even towards the end, especially for Trevor and I. Sasha's got maybe a quicker brain than Trevor and I do, but you know, like, when does what activate? When am I activating the card and the ability underneath? When am I just activating the ability? When am I just activating the card? There was a lot of like, I don't know. Oh, wait. Am I activating this guy because of this thing? No, it's because of this ability over here. So that does do that, but not that. There's just a lot of that kind of stuff. So there was a little bit of clunkiness in that system. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's mostly on the rogue deck. But it is more advanced deck for sure.
And the rogue
were
deck?
you?
I think he was talking about these.
I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm
this stuff up
sorry.
here. Yeah.
Oh,
the
gotcha.
Minions and intent.
Oh, okay.
Abilities.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I missed.
Yeah, minions and intent abilities. Just there's it's kind of all over the place as far as like when you do or don't activate one of the two things or both of the things that are in the column.
I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the one thing I changed in this session,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think there's some problems with it.
Yeah, and it looked like in previous iteration, at one point you just activate all the minions from left to right.
At one point, that was
and I was
I
sitting
feel
here
like a
wondering
lot.
why
Yeah.
you didn't just do that. And then so it's funny to see that that's how
Yeah.
it was. And you moved from that for a reason that's probably legitimate. So you know, I'm not going to tell you to go back to that, but I was wondering why you weren't doing that. Let's see. The minion blocking. Yeah, that's another timing thing that just got weird, but everybody already covered that. Losing the block between rounds just seemed a little fiddly, but I don't know. It didn't seem to cause that big of an issue to clear it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's broken to keep it. As far as like just extra rules versus benefit for the extra rule, is there a particular reason that you need to clear extra block?
I think it's just because it can build up. If you're not getting attacked, it builds up and then it doesn't go away. So then you're not actually taking any damage. And the card that he's showing you,
What is it?
I think it's there's a double your block card. So like
you could just pull that out a bunch in a row.
Yeah, and
like
so I mean,
20 block.
I do think it's like something to pretend. Like ultimately, I put it in there because this sounds like a like I just copied a design, but like it's kind of a thing in Slay the Spire, and
Right.
I didn't really question it. But I do feel like it's sort of like one of the most fiddly bits of the game, especially, and I think this is what Sasha was saying with like going to digital to physical.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't done enough. Like,
if you made that choice, obviously, some cards would have to change, but I do wonder if it's worth having that rule.
It's definitely possible. Yeah,
for the minions as well. Where it's just like, all right, he activated, he gets his block, regardless of what block is already on him. It never comes off unless you attack him or whatever. So the ones you're not attacking sit there building up block. I don't know. Maybe it's garbage town, but maybe it's great. Who knows? Just it was a thing that was in my brain.
Yep.
And then I said it. Okay. Yeah, deck thinning. It looks like, Sasha already talked about it. It looks like with the other card up there, you do have the chance to thin your deck, which obviously in a deck builder is a super powerful thing to be able to do. Okay, and I was wondering why I didn't see it. I always want to know who actually won. So in co-op games, getting some sort of trophy for killing minions could be cool. But if you don't want to introduce a who actually won type of thing in a co-op, then I totally understand why you would want to do that. But that's what I want. I want to know if I killed more people than you did. I also drew up mocked up a little card where all of the symbols were on the main bad guy, just like Sasha said. So my brain was very much in the same place there. Intent choice seems not overly worth the thought. Yeah, I already covered that. Is there a reason you cannot attack the boss before the minions are dead?
There is. I don't remember what my reasoning was for it, and where in which iteration I made that decision.
Yeah, because it initial blush seems like, well, you could just attack the boss, but then when these activations are happening, like you're going to be hit a lot harder if you don't clear out the minions.
I think initially at one point it wasn't divided into like there's always a boss. And so if there's always a boss, you could basically just like one shot the boss really easily.
Oh, really? Wow.
Maybe not one shot it, but like you could just avoid minions and kill them really quickly if they weren't there.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's relevant now or not. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to look into.
It just came up as like an extra thing where I was like, oh, that's a rule that is just in there.
Yeah.
But maybe actually needs to be there. I don't know. At one point, and this one I think is actually a really bad idea, but it was in my brain, so I'm going to say it. A combined card buy row. So when you're playing, like if you have 3 total characters, like depending on the 2 characters you're playing with, you could play from a combined card. Like, so I could buy cards from your deck and you could buy cards from my deck, and just to increase the strategic variance. Although, seeing what is in these decks and having played a crap ton of Slay the Spire, and the way that those decks are unique and work and designed to have different strategic pathways within each individual deck, I can see that not being very good at all.
Yeah.
So it was a thing that was in my brain. I don't think it's probably very good.
I think it would be fun if it could work, but I don't think it would work.
Yeah, because your strategic variance is within each unique deck rather than combining the 2 things that probably just won't combine very well almost ever.
Mm-hmm.
If they did, that'd be really cool, but I doubt it. Minion block. When is that going? Yada yada. It seemed weird that some tokens go away at various points and other tokens go away at other points. Like the protections go away between the wave, and the blocks go away between the rounds. So it's just like, same piece thing with inconsistent rules around when it does or doesn't clear. It's just another spot of confusion. So if they're gonna work differently, make them look different.
Mm-hmm.
Like a different, like not a small square, like maybe it may get a big old rectangle or a nice fat circle or something, just so like, oh, that works different than the square ones.
Yeah.
Another weird thing. It's just so many tiny little things that make my brain go in an experience that should be, what I mean? Do those sound effects? But there's just so many little tiny things that spread my brain out in so many little ways where I can't just focus on the cutting through line of the game. And another one of those, we've already talked about a few, but another one of those is that the strength affects damage abilities and some of the powers with damage abilities, but not all of the powers with numerals. It was just really, you had to like read every single power to see if their +1 strength affected it. And just that much extra processing time was just like another little thing where it's like, okay, what does this +1 power affect? I have to read them all because it doesn't affect them all. It only affects some of them, many of them, but not all of them. And it depends on whether it's doing damage or not. It's like a whole like brain tree that I have to go down as one of the little minutia of the things to consider when you're making a decision that hopefully matters. And then, have you ever played this? Just an overarching, like, flow question that is my brain's way of attempting to address some of the little things that was bugging it, which may or may not actually work. You've played this a bunch, I haven't. But the thing that my brain says is, get rid of rounds entirely. It's just waves. And you literally go, player turn, roll the die, see which bad guy goes. Player turn, roll the die, see which bad guy goes. Player turn, roll the die, see which bad guy goes. Player turn, roll the die, see which bad guy goes, until the wave is done.
I mean, that's kind of
And then
essentially how it plays, right? Like I mean, we're getting the decision. If I get rid of that decision of the intent deck, like who does what first, really it is play your hand, reveal the intent card, the bad guy goes.
Well,
and then
plus you have the structure of the rounds in there, though, where like there's an extra little cleanup step of cleaning out.
I guess that's kind of if block is maybe permanent, then that sort of gets rid of that. Now there were some potentially other status effects that might come into play later that would be within like getting rid of at the beginning of the round. But okay, I see. I see.
So my brain's just like, get rid of rounds. Just player attack, monster does a thing. Player attack, monster does a thing. And then it makes it a little more dynamic between the two sides too, instead of like, hey, between the two of us we can take out two of those monsters before they even get a chance to engage in the round, which I don't know, maybe that's a thing that you want to happen, but to me it sounded like I just wanted to go boom 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 until it was done. And kind of get rid of the upkeep and the clean out and all that stuff. And then obviously everything wipes between waves. Because you're refilling all that stuff, and it kind of makes more sense to wipe everything between the waves. At least in my brain. If you wanted to get rid of waves, you can further hack and slash. If you wanted to get rid of waves, you could have another system for when minions come down, and how they escalate over time. And then the deck thinning or card adding could be a bonus every time you kill a minion. You either add a card or remove a card just every time you get a kill. That's your bonus. But anyway, I don't actually think removing waves is the right call, but that was just a thing that was in my brain, and I liked the idea of getting the card, the deck modifying with a kill of a monster. It just sounds cool. I don't know. That's what I've got. Obviously, that's all critique, but I love Slay the Spire. This gives a relatively similar experience in a board game format, or card game format, I guess. And so it looks really fun, and I think I would really enjoy it.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Did that bring up anything else for you too?
The main thing is just sort of this spitballing at the end of what you were saying with the sort of getting rid of waves. That was something that I had sort of thought about in a slightly different way, but I was sort of thinking about the idea of when a monster is destroyed, that is triggering when your deck is sort of changing or evolving, because it does feel a little bit weird. Like I have this market of cards up in front of me for a lot of the game, but the times that I'm actually interacting with that market is not very much. I think it could have been fun to like have ways to interact mid combat.
Yeah.
That was and that was why I was thinking that, like, yeah, when you kill an enemy, you could potentially get a card or something. Obviously, with the way that you have it currently, like, there would likely be balance in thing. I don't know though. Like, I don't know if it would be crazy to be activating, like, in a 2-player game. Obviously, we're getting 2 cards, or not, sorry, this is the non-campaign version. In the non-campaign version, you're getting 2 cards, and if it was just you get the cards whenever you kill something, then you'd be getting 3 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't even. I was going back and forth in my head about the if it's a last hit you get the thing or not, because then that does make it a little bit. I mean,
is that
you
good
definitely,
or is that bad?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Then you're just like, oh, I really want this, and like, well, if we don't kill it now, then yeah, then there's some decision making, extra decision making that could be interesting or it could be annoying.
It pushes it a touch more semi co-op, which my
Yeah.
brain really likes, but that's definitely not right for everybody. Yeah.
And even if you're not playing it semi co-op, you're like, well, to be efficient, I should just kill this now, but you really need that card, and so I'm gonna not do the final hit and
That's
just set it up for you to get the final hit, and then all of a sudden the opponent has a turn and like it wrecked us because we didn't kill it that turn or whatever. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was really liking the idea of it being a sort of constant flow rather than a sort of resetting every wave. I obviously that's taking the game in a different sort of slightly different design direction, which I'm not sure how far along you're feeling, like you're sort of just doing final touches type of thing, or if you're like wanting to make more bigger changes. But I think that could be fun to play around with it. Right, if this was my design, I would want to try and poke around with that just to see if it works, and then like it don't have to go that direction. If it doesn't work.
If you're looking for more frequent deck building or thinning interaction, you could literally do it at the end of every turn. Pick one card to either ditch or add.
I think that would be taking it away from being campaign game, and taking it more towards being always a one-shot game, which I don't think is necessarily bad, but it depends on what the intent of the design is.
Right. Yeah. What is the actual vision rather than our little side ideas?
Yeah. And just to address Sasha, I actually have played around with that quite a bit. So it was that way prior, and it's been through a lot of different iterations of trying, like, and I think ultimately, like, I just found there, and maybe it was just the way I was approaching it, but like with the cards being given as like the on death rewards, like it was like I had them maybe more spread out, so it was like a little more variable, and so like sometimes you'd get a lot of cards, sometimes you wouldn't, and then it's like who gets which card, and so a lot of that was just like interfering with it, and so I kind of just simplified and cleaned it up to put it this way. I also did have it without rounds, and a lot of the problems there had to do with like when the boss came out, and then how like it felt like you were just like constantly fighting minions, and then like the boss came out, and then like this whole giant thing happens, and then like I don't know, there was a weird flow issue with it that I was having trouble figuring out, and so that's kind of how I landed on this. So
for sure,
I have tried a lot of it, but you know, it doesn't mean that I might not have approached it in the correct way either, though.
and just like you sort of explaining right then some of what you have messed around with made me think, just another way of potentially doing that rather than just getting one for each minion killed. You could have a certain slot or certain slots give one card to each player when that minion is destroyed or something. And so then you could make it so it's just 2 cards because just these 2 slots. Or if you want it to have just be 1 card, then you can just be this slot. And then that could give additional reasons to want to go after one minion or another. Yeah, anyways, not to harp on it.
Cool.
Cool. So, from all that feedback, what is sticking with you, resonating as far as like, oh, that's something I want to try, that's something I want to do? Or are you coming away from this like, nope, this is all in line with my vision, and actually everything you guys said is exactly what you should, like whatever. Is anything, what are you getting out of the feedback that you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of like the UI suggestions are definitely something I'm going to be playing around with and implementing. So those are perfect for me. I think the idea of not getting rid of block is really interesting. So that's something that I want to assess. It's hard. It's such a big piece of it. But I don't know how much it would matter, except for the warrior, which I guess is like the starting character. And so I think for me, that's like the most fiddly bit of it. And then obviously also the thing I was testing today with like the way the minion cards were instead of like its own separate card. And I think it was, especially when the boss came out, like it was very clear that there was something wrong there. And the fact that both Evan and Sasha came up with the same idea that I had like one iteration prior, I think shows that that's it's that one's hard for me because I really like the trade-off of like the very easy, maybe not easy, but like reading down the 2 cards to see what's happening versus reading 2 separate cards to see what happens. So there's a trade-off there that I think I need to play around with. So I feel like those 2 things are kind of the main things that I'm taking away to really play with and see what to do.
Cool.
And sorry, just explain that, I realized I was wondering, so this is going to be all same size cards, card game. Like one thought is if the bosses were a slightly bigger thing, then I feel like that would be less of a problem. Like you're concerned with having to read down a bunch of information. Like if the boss was like above and had the like 3 different things here or something. But yeah. Anyways.
Cool. Yeah, I had him as a jumbo card at one point. But currently it's too bad I can't show you this on TTS right now, but I kind of had like 2 cards which essentially make up a jumbo card just because I wasn't wanting to add an extra component or an extra size card, which is kind of cheesy, but it worked fairly well. So that's kind of where it was at.
All right.
Cool. Awesome. Well, in the last minute, comments or questions or anything you wanted to get answered, or questions for us directly that you were hoping to get feedback on that we didn't touch on?
I guess just maybe one quick question for Trevor and Sasha with the artwork itself. Did the duplicate artwork in the deck, did you even notice that? Did that matter to you? How did you feel about that?
Go ahead, Trevor.
I can't say that I even noticed it, but I'm also one that doesn't mind duplicate artwork because it can actually help me know what that card does. So I don't know if you mean like you had a bunch like different assassinate cards and they all had the same artwork and you were considering putting a different assassinate character on there. Is that kind of what you were?
Yeah, I just choose like, so these 2 cards have the same art on them.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I mean, a lot of them the artwork's based around the strategy, and so like if you're doing a conceal strategy, a lot of that artwork is tied to the conceal, and so a lot of them are tied to the same, but there's definitely some that don't work as well.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing for me from a UI perspective or UX. I don't know what the difference is between the two sometimes. But for me, as long as this didn't confuse me, but I do not mind having, like, I do not need individual card art on every card. Is it a nicety? Sure. But if it helps tie in the game to not have it, I actually prefer that. If this card and this card, I can look at them and go, oh, they do something the same. It's not the same name. So what is it that these two are the same? And then I can learn that for my deck, quickly glance at my hand and go, oh, I got two of these. As opposed to having art that doesn't match. So from a graphic design point of view, I think it can actually help me with the game. I know some people that would like individual card art for everything, just because they want the variety and it's cool. I don't need that.
My thoughts are it's fine until it's confusing. And like in this case, these have the same art, but they're different suits. And that is something that if I had both of these cards, I would definitely mix them up.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
And so like things like that, and like this one as well, like a defense card versus an attack card, like, and there's lots of things that care about the number of defense cards I have or the number of attack cards I have, and so just like them having the same art could make that confusing, or I could see myself being confused or mixing them up for that reason. So yeah, as long as their abilities are somewhat similar and there's not like a suit problem, I think it's fine. But I think when that adds to confusion is when it's not fine.
Yeah, and that's essentially what I'm saying as well. And I would say that when you've got suit changes between cards with the same thing, it would have to be super obvious as to why this figure is the same as this one. I should be able to glance at the card and see why they're the same. And I would probably say right now I can't.
Cool. Yeah, no, I think definitely with the making sure the suits are different art for sure makes sense. So yeah, that's a good call. Cool. Yeah, I think that was kind of one of my big questions that I was just curious about. And I think you guys sort of have addressed everything that I need. So I appreciate the time and the feedback.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, everybody. Let's say our goodbyes. Drew, thanks for joining us. Tell everybody where they can find your stuff and support you and find out more info about this game if they want to follow along and support you in it.
Yeah, the easiest way is just to go to smalltimeheroes.com and you can sign up for the email list there. I also have a Facebook group that has some /smalltimeheroes something at the end of it, but the website is probably the best way to do it, and you can get to the Facebook group through an intro email. So that was smalltimeheroes.com.
Awesome. Sasha, tell the kids at home where they can support you.
Well, you can hop in our Discord for S&E games. That's we do play tests of Dovecut, a bunch of our other games as well, but that's the best way to sort of reach out and be a part of the designs that me and my design partner Eric are working on. So yeah,
awesome. Trevor,
Alcatraz Escape the City Facebook group will pivot you to Zunga Games, the Discord, and anywhere else I've put a link on there.
Evan Halbert, After the Empire, go buy a bunch of copies. And then anything else I make in the future, buy several of those as well. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure this evening. Trevor, Sasha, thanks for joining me again. Drew, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. We appreciate you bringing on your game and letting us play with you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. And thanks for the folks that stopped by the chat as well. TK and Bob. All right. Good night, everybody. We are